Happy Saturday, everybody. You know what this is? Big Dog Sports, where sports and politics collide. I'm your boy BD. We try to do this every Saturday. You know what I'm saying? And here we are. Happy Saturday to you all. I appreciate everybody that come through. And my topic today is an interesting one. Something near and dear to my heart because I smoke. You know what I'm saying? So we get into that real quick. And, I know my thumbnail is a little different. You understand what I'm saying? From normal. Because Calvin Johnson, out of all the football players I know, he'd one that, he smoked his weed. He ain't give a damn. He tell you from his own admission. And last time I checked, wasn't a whole bunch of people just stopping Megatron like that on the football field. So we didn't have impair anything he was doing. So let's talk about that. The Trump administration, they voted, he decided he wanted to declassify the weed. So now instead of being a premium substance, it's a lesser tier substance. I think it went from 1 to 3. So with that being said, it changes the game for a lot of people now. Since the weed is going to be declassified, it opens the door for scientific research, for them to start accepting start accepting credit, and tapping your card instead of having to pay cash for it. Oh yeah, Ricky Williams, he was another one that I was thinking about because Ricky Williams retired. He quit playing football just so he could smoke, which was crazy work at the time. People thought he was crazy. He's like he gave you everything. He was a 1,000-yard rusher, all pro at Texas, collegiate, all-American and all that. Yeah, that's the thing, Miss D. Will it affect how you play? When you look at Calvin Johnson, it didn't do nothing to him. So I guess it just depends on who you are. Because, the weed is everything is different. It's different types. You have ones that bring you up and others that bring you down. Some that make you focus, some that put you to sleep. Everybody body different. Some people perform better under the weed than they do without it. It depends on who you are. But let's be honest. It's here. 15% of Americans smoke marijuana. That's just a fact. So why not? Why can't they smoke too? Is my question. Or should they smoke? Does it affect them? Some people it might, some people it don't. Depends on the sport and the person at the end of the day, in my opinion. But it could be more. Y'all tell me. Because I think a lot of these athletes right now are smoking marijuana as we speak. Oh, I could drop the link for you now, Scott. But yeah, I'm curious to think what y'all think about that. Because I think it's happening now anyway, and in all sports. Not just, the sports we watching, the football and the basketball. Yeah, that's my thing, Ms. D. Some gonna handle it and some are not. It just depends on who you are and how your body is. You know what I'm saying? Skywalker,
what's good up, with you? Man? What's good with you? Shit, chilling.
I'm just sitting here and I was thinking about
Go ahead. What'd you say?
Now I said I was thinking about that when Trump, when his administration, declassified the weed. It was one of my first.
So what he did?
I know these athletes are smoking anyway. So
what? Yeah, what they did is he did it for research, so they could research it. You know what I mean?
People, they don't need to research. Oh well, but they did it. What they're doing is they're in the stages of declassifying. If in my opinion, to making it like alcohol, where you have to have a ID. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
But
but the
it's not
difference,
there
the
yet.
alcohol is actually legal though,
That's
federally.
what I'm
Like
saying. They're trying.
weed is
I think they're gonna try to declassify it to try to make it legal. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? We try to declassify it to make it legal. So that's why they're gonna go to three. Then they're gonna next thing they're gonna do is go to nothing. You know what I mean?
okay. I dig it,
In my
but
opinion.
I think it's still a while away before we actually get full weed
Yeah.
legalization. But I think the declassifying thing, it changes the game when
Yeah.
you declassify, because now you done paved the way for, like you said, for medical benefits, for research. And if they're gonna
Yeah. And
use
that's
it,
what they're.
you'll have people trying to use it medicinally because
I'm
that's what
still here.
they saying is for. Me, I'd rather you just make it legal
I'm still
outright
here. I'm
and
just
just
looking at the map. I'm
call
trying to
it a
go get.
day.
Yeah.
But I think some
I
of the
say that too.
athletes
You
are
know what I
doing
mean?
it
Just make
anyway.
it legal. You know what I mean? Yeah. Just make that shit legal. You know what I mean? Uh, F all that shit. Make it legal. That way, it don't hurt nobody anyways. You heard what the doctors and them say. The doctors and them say that the doctors and them say that it's medical purposes anyways. You know what I mean? So like it'll
Yeah,
help.
there's definitely
So I don't know
medical
why they
purposes
gonna
for any plant.
yeah.
I think most plants, anything that comes from the ground, got a medicinal purpose to it. Most of them, not all of them, but
Yeah,
a
yeah.
good majority of them got medicinal qualities to it. Marijuana is not an exception to that,
Yeah,
in
man,
my
it's
opinion.
it can be if they put anything in it, you know what I mean? Like anything extra, but other than that, shit, if they grow it natural and shit, it's good.
Right, and I
I don't know what the difference is. I don't know what the not the difference, but the deal is, you know what I mean?
well, I feel like the athletes are doing it anyway, regardless of whatever the rules are right now. And they're not smoking like how Ricky Williams was smoking, how Calvin Johnson was smoking. Not like that. They doing it through the vapes and the
Man,
carts
man,
and shit like that.
shit, Ricky Williams said he used to yeah, Ricky Williams said he used to smoke before every game.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, guys were
It didn't
smoking.
affect
Ricky
him.
Williams was smoking, and Calvin Johnson, to his own words, said he was smoking after
Yeah,
games. But my thing is, if you smoking after games, you
yeah.
probably took a couple of hits before the game too, because that's how, when you were a smoker, that's what you
Shit, they
did.
back in the days. Yeah, back in the days, they said they used to drink during before the game. Who was it? I
Yeah,
forgot
Joe
who it
Namath
was. They
was
said they
drunk
used to take a shot
during the
before the.
game. Yeah,
Yeah,
you got niggas back in the NFL that used to be drunk during games playing. So
yeah. Then you
it
had the
goes with
ones
the
that like,
territory.
yeah, but they had you had the ones that were doing coke and shit. But we ain't talking about that. But
Nah, I'm
weed,
I'm
I don't
not
know.
talking
There ain't
about
nothing
any
wrong
of
with
the
weed, man.
hard
You know what I
drugs,
mean? Yeah,
but
hey,
I
weed
think
ain't nothing wrong with weed. It relaxes you. It helps you with the pain. You know what I mean? It helps you with everything. You know what I mean? So I don't know.
yeah, the
Makes you
one thing I
focus.
will say, we do help relieve pain.
Yeah, it makes
That
you focus.
it
You know what I mean? So I don't see nothing wrong with
Yeah,
it. Me
I listen.
personally.
I don't either. I'm 420. I say legalize it all and stop playing. You understand what I'm
Now I
saying?
did see something the other day. You know what I mean? Now this I don't agree with, right? There's a couple. I don't know what the hell they were. I don't know. I know they seen the lady, a girl, whatever, young girl. She was sitting there smoking and had some kids there, like 6 years old, 5 years old, 4 years old, and she was handing them the joint, and they were hitting
Oh
she was putting it
wow.
to her lips. Now
Nah,
that
nah.
right there,
I don't agree
yeah,
with that at all. That's insane
yeah, I
to
don't
me.
agree with that. That's crazy. I seen that,
Nah.
I was like, wow, this is crazy.
Yeah, that
I'm
is
probably gonna
crazy.
pull it up. I'm probably gonna pull it up on one of the shows one day, but you know what I mean? That was crazy when I
Yeah,
seen that.
that's insane. That's beyond crazy.
Now,
That's insane.
now, there is a strand that they can get, but you give it to them in doses, like microdose them in food and stuff like that. You know what I mean? For like they got that shit for it's called Charlotte's Web. It's for the seizures. You know what I mean? The kids
Right.
that have them bad seizures. So that right
Yeah,
there
epilepsy
is
shit.
no, yeah. There's nothing wrong with that. But other than that, like if you're trying to get your kids high, nah, that's just crazy.
Yeah, that's insane work to me. Yeah, I mean the weed should have a age limit. You should be, at least 18 to smoke some weed. You understand? And like,
You know, there's certain things that I could say that probably and someone under the age could do it, but they would have to do it in the form of tablet or or some food type of thing. Not, and they would have to be highly regulated. You know what I mean? And you'd
right.
have to take out the THC. You know what I mean? So it would have to be a lot to do with it.
Well, my
But yeah,
thing
I
is,
don't recommend that.
it's a
I don't think they
billion dollar
should.
business. It's a $1 billion industry, the marijuana. And
Yeah,
if Trump is onto something, I'm not a Trump fan. I done argue with you about Trump plenty of times, but on this one, he's spot on. He could kill two birds with one stone if he really wanted to. You
yeah,
talk about the cartels, right, and how they influencing the border with all the drugs and the weed and all that stuff. You get rid of them, you cut them out
yeah,
if you make it legal, and we could
yeah,
just start growing our own stuff here. You get
yeah,
rid of them completely. What power do they
yeah.
have left when they don't have when we're not going to be buying from them anymore? Because we're going to be doing it here, our damn
Yeah.
selves. Yeah, I'm
That's
just saying,
why.
like you put
And
two
and you don't have to worry about
kill
it
two
being
birds,
tainted with anything. You know what I mean?
right? And
It can
and
be going by the
you'll have
government.
your made in America thing that you ran on.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
understand what I'm saying? You kill a couple of birds with that one
yes,
stone.
sir.
If you if you
Hey,
play
hey,
if you play it right.
yeah. Hey, BD, man, appreciate you for going live too, man. Because I want to talk about sports sometimes. You know what I mean?
Oh
And
yeah, for sure.
that's why you come. You know what I'm saying? That's
I
why,
just
like,
wanted to
that's why you need
be
to go live every. Man, listen, you need to go live every weekend, man.
yeah,
You
I
got to
do.
make it.
I've been
You
very
got to make.
consistent. I
Yeah,
think
you got to be consistent. Yeah, no matter what, you got to be consistent. You know what I mean?
yeah, I think I've been very consistent. I think the last time I didn't go live was the day I had to do the OSHA shit. And I think that was a
Yeah,
couple of months ago.
yeah.
But other than that, yeah,
Did
I've
you?
been good.
Yeah, yeah. So,
We
so
got
I
an
agree, man.
NFL
They need to
game
let
too.
weed in today.
Yeah, the Texans and the Chargers. It's at 4:30.
What time?
4:30.
Oh shit, I'm gonna watch that. I didn't know that. Damn. Oh shit, I didn't know that.
Yeah, see, Vanta don't
Damn, I
never
thought they
be
were all
up to
tomorrow.
catch my show, but I know you don't do Premier League, but it's a whole bunch of Premier League games that just happened.
Man, we could talk about it. I don't know
So
why Vanta ain't up here. Know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Like, it is what it is. But listen, don't worry about that shit. Your shit gonna blow up. Your shit gonna grow. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? You'll
no,
have
I ain't
people
worried
over
about
here soccer
particular
day.
people, but
You
I'm just saying in general,
people over
it's a
here
lot
football. No, I ain't.
soccer going on.
Yeah, yeah. No, I ain't talking about you worried about. I'm saying like you're gonna have a whole bunch of soccer people going on. You're gonna have your football day going on. Your basketball. Shit, you might even do some tennis and golf.
There's two games, Scott Walker, by the way. It's the Ravens and the Packers. They play 8 o'clock.
The Ravens and the Packers.
Yeah. So there's two football games today.
I know that's right.
And
Okay,
you got all the bullshit
Ravens and the
bowl games
Packers.
that are going on. Yeah, the Ravens
Who
and
do
the
you think is
Packers.
gonna win the
Baltimore.
NFC?
Who I think gonna win the NFC? I
Who you
think the
think is gonna
Rams are
win the
gonna
NFC?
I think the Rams are gonna win the NFC.
I hate to say it, but
It's gonna be
I
the
think
Rams and
what you
Philly
call is gonna
in
win.
the NFC
I
championship, and
think
the Rams are
Seattle.
gonna beat them.
I think Seattle's gonna win it. If
Now
you
I
ask
don't
me.
see Seattle getting out of the day first round. I know they're
They
gonna have the
13. They
bye.
12 and they 12 and
I
two.
know. I think they're gonna lose their first playoff game though. That's just what I think. I think it's gonna be the Rams and Philly in the NFC championship. And,
Someone said Houston.
and in the AFC, like the AFC
Yeah,
is a
someone
little
said
bit
Houston in the
harder.
AFC.
Yeah, the AFC is harder to like calculate because
And,
anybody could beat
yeah.
anybody. You don't really have a dominant team in the AFC like that. But
So listen,
I'm gonna take New England.
hey man, you listen. People been sleeping on New England, bro. You
That's
know,
what I'm
I was
doing.
sleeping on New England.
I'm
Man,
taking
I
them
said
out.
that too. But they said someone told me they think Houston's gonna win the AFC, or who was it? Denver. Someone said Denver.
Yeah, it could be
But I
Denver.
don't. I
Denver.
see Houston. I see New England winning the number one seed. That's what I see.
Now I see
You
New
know what I
England
mean?
going
'Cause,
to the Super Bowl is what I'm saying. I think it's going to be
yeah,
a Rams New England Super Bowl.
oh, Rams, New England.
hmm Because New England
Uh,
is a team that everybody sleep on. Ain't don't nobody talk about New England, and they're gonna
yeah, they
come and
said
surprise people because ain't nobody seen them
people.
coming. And I
Yeah, people think
also
they.
think the Bears is the one team I don't want to play in the NFC.
That's what I'm about to say. What's the name? Some people think Bears, but I don't. I don't think
Yeah,
Bears.
that's the sleeper team is the Bears. The Bears is the team I
Yeah.
don't want to play because you don't know which Bear team you're gonna get and what Caleb you're gonna get. If you get the Caleb that been playing this year, you might be in trouble.
Yeah.
He's been sensational,
Yeah.
especially like the past 6-7 weeks. Caleb Williams has been on
Their
fire.
defense is the one that keeping them ahead. You know what I
Right, but
mean?
he's been good
Reality.
though. He's not losing them the
No, no,
game.
no, no. Yeah. No, no, I give it to him. He has been doing the thing, but it's been more of the defense. That's the same thing with Houston. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Houston,
CJ Stroud just
same thing.
managed to get hot at the right time. But you know what? The other dude on Jacksonville, he just as hot. Trevor Lawrence, he on
Yeah.
fire too right now. But we gonna see. But yeah, the Bears, that's the team in the NFC I don't want to play. And if there's a team in the AFC I don't want to play, it would be Buffalo. Because Josh Allen could win
Yeah.
you a game on
Buffalo.
his own.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess that would be
I don't
my
know. I
sleeper
think
team. Would be Buffalo.
I don't know. Like I said, I like shut up, the bastard.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with the Rams in New England for the Super Bowl.
Rams, New England.
Rams,
Eh,
New England.
I called New England now. See, at the beginning of the season, this is what I did. I was all up. I said Detroit and Baltimore. Know what I mean?
Right.
That's what I said. And I
I
still
picked
would
the
have think it
rematch
would have been
between
like that.
KC and Philly, so I was off too.
Well, the reason why I thought that is because, and the reason why I still think it would have been like that if they wouldn't have got hurt. I think if neither team wouldn't have got hurt, they would have been in the Super Bowl. If you ask me, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
But they got hurt,
injuries.
so
Yeah, the
yeah,
injuries always,
yeah,
injury. The Rams,
yeah,
Los Angeles Rams.
yeah.
Yeah, I think the Rams, New England, that it'll be a good Super Bowl too. And if Stafford win, then he's guaranteed first ballot Hall of Fame. If he win that game, he get to the Super Bowl and he win that game. That they might as well just make his bust now. And as for the Cowboys, David, the Cowboys suck. I'm here to trash the Cowboys. That's why Skywalker went off camera because he knew that was coming. But let's be honest about a couple of things though. Dak had a good year, despite the Cowboys having a bad year. He statistically had a good year. He had a rating over 95. Like he performed, but their defense did not. And at the end of the day, it was just they couldn't stop nobody. So that was Dallas year in a nutshell. I could say the same thing about the Lions. Between the injuries and their defense not being able to stop people, yeah, that was the problem. And my poor Giants, oh my God. My poor Giants is a goddamn lottery team at this point. And the injuries killed them. First they lost Neighbors, Then they lost Scatterboo. Then they lost Dart for a couple of games with the concussion, and it was just all downhill. Yeah, it was just all downhill. So, yeah. But as for the athletes and them getting high, I think a lot of them are getting high and just doing it anyway, because I don't think they're testing for the marijuana like they used to back in the days. I mean, you look at somebody like Ja Morant that played for the Grizzlies, you going to tell me he not smoking? You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of these dudes you could look at and just know, yeah, that dude, he smoked. No, especially if you're a weed smoker yourself, you know another weed smoker when you see one. Like that part. You know another weed smoker when you see one. And I think a lot of these athletes is, doing just that. And we might as well just make it legal and call it a day and stop playing with ourselves when it comes to that. Just let the weed be. People are going to smoke just like people are going to drink. I think these are professionals. I don't think the lot of them are getting high during games or, going at halftime, rolling up blunt and all that. No, I don't think they doing that. Right? But you don't play games every day. You do have off days. And they ain't not going to tell me that some of these folks in their off time is not, smoking. Weed, that is. Not going to tell me that they not. I know they are. And it's okay. It is okay because we are pro marijuana around here. And there's nothing wrong with it. It comes from the earth. But y'all can always let me know what y'all think about that. I dropped the link in the chat. But we do need to do something with that. Can they smoke? Should they smoke? And should they be on the field with that? And this is in any sport. You know what I mean? We just talking about marijuana now. We're not talking about all the other stuff that, folks are taking. That's been chronicled and all that. We're just talking about the marijuana. Because like I said earlier, 15% of the country smoke marijuana. It's $1 billion business. And, we need to be honest with ourselves at the end of the day. Like, people are going to smoke weed. We might as well just have it available and make this money. The country I'm talking about. It's not like the country's not going to get its money. In other news, we got all these irrelevant bowl games going on. The bowl thing for college football, that's pretty much over with. Nobody watches the bowl games anymore because of the playoff system that made the bowl games obsolete. And you got decent teams playing in the bowl games right now. You got Virginia, you got Georgia Tech, you got Penn State, Clemson. You got decent teams, but there ain't nobody watching them bowl games. Don't nobody even care about a bowl game anymore. Mm-hmm. I remember when New Year's Day used to be the thing.
Playoffs, you know what I mean?
Yeah, now it's playoffs. Like Jim Moore said, playoffs? Are you kidding me? Playoffs? That never gets old.
Nah.
Yeah, that never gets old. What's up with your boy Ert, man? I ain't heard from him in a while. He all right?
From what I know, yeah, man. I don't know, man. We got into the little thing on the line last week or week before. I came back and he hasn't, so I don't know. I ain't got no problem with shit.
Okay, I didn't even know y'all niggas like got into it, but it happens because niggas gonna get into it. That's the
Yeah,
nature of
it
man.
was yeah. It was last week. Not this past Saturday, the past Sunday, but last past Sunday. I try to keep business and shit behind the scenes and shit. I ain't up there. I'm trying to grow the channel with us. You know what I mean? Not me. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to grow it with us. You know what I mean?
Right.
And he likes to take shots. You know what I mean? Like the numbers. When he's not there, the numbers. Oh, what about the numbers? So I like, man, I got tired of it, and I said something about it. You know what I mean? Like you keep on saying this shit on the internet. You come up here and you like take shots like you're not here, so the numbers ain't up. You know what I mean? And no, I got
And
tired
no,
of it.
Dave,
Let him done.
no.
Yeah, because it ain't been only one or two times. It's been a whole bunch of times. You know what I mean? So no, I try to tell him, man, keep the shit off the internet. Let's keep the shit behind the scenes. And we got into it, and then he went personal up there. You know what I mean? So I can't rock with people like that. Not me personally, but
Right, but y'all gonna get it together. I'm not worried about y'all two like that. Y'all gonna get it together. But in terms of is Lamar gonna be traded, Dave? No, he's not there. The Ravens would be out their minds to trade Lamar Jackson, like out their mind.
where's Dave? Tell Dave to
Yeah,
come
that's
up here,
Dave.
man. Get the
He
link, Dave.
probably
God
he
damn, y'all come
probably
up
in
here and
his
hang out
car
with us, man.
driving.
Man,
Yeah,
listen, I
Dave,
don't
you
care.
ain't
I'm in
never
the
been
car
on the
driving
camera.
too. Listen,
We
man, I'm
know.
up here hanging out. You know what I mean? Until later, I get on. I'm gonna do my little thing, and then Nays are gonna come on and do a show. And you know what I'm saying? Hang out today, man. Shit, it's the weekend.
Oh, Nate. Oh, they doing
I
their
had to
show
come.
again today.
Yeah,
This is
I had to
starting
come
again.
pick something up. Yeah, I had to come pick something up, so I'm gonna show y'all what I got later on. You know what I mean? I'm gonna shout out. You know what I mean? Everything. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate that. Everybody, you know what I mean? But yeah, man, shit.
Yeah, he said
Yeah,
he
Days
working
is.
and shit. Damn, Dave,
Oh, you
I knew
working?
it though. I hate working on the weekends. I hate it. So I get it. Yeah, I hate
Well, at least
working
he's
on the weekends.
listening. You know what I mean? That's a good thing. What about them Chicago? They ain't gonna be the Chicago no more. They're gonna be the Bears, but not Chicago.
Oh,
Yeah,
The
yeah.
Bears would never move out of Chicago. I don't believe
They're
that.
moving. They're
I
moving.
don't believe it. I
Kansas,
still don't
Kansas
believe
City's
it.
moving.
I know
Kansas City
Kansas
Chiefs are
City
moving.
moving. They
Yeah,
moving,
and
but they
Bears.
moving. They moving what? 10 miles, 15 miles.
And listen, they're going to Kansas. Bears are losing. Chicago's losing the Bears, man. I don't know what you talking about.
Nah, the Bears are
Um,
never gonna leave
what's
Chicago.
bro? The damn
That's
Bears
not
is
gonna
like
happen.
they everybody's mad. They're all mad right now.
Yeah, I doubt that. I don't believe that for a second. The Bears leaving Chicago, no. You know how tragic the NFL not going to allow that because they got a lot of backlash when they allowed Cleveland to move to Baltimore the first time. They got a lot
And
of
did you?
backlash for that, for letting the
Damn
Cleveland
fools in
Browns
the
walk.
damn
That they
Discord.
had to create another Cleveland Browns franchise.
Yeah,
You understand what I'm saying? They're not going to
yeah.
allow. They would have to create a whole nother Chicago franchise if the Bears just ain't the NFL not fit to let that exist. I don't see that happening ever. Now you get all the small market teams. They the teams that could bounce around. Like if Tampa was to leave Tampa, then I don't think the NFL would have a problem with that. You understand what I'm saying? Or if Arizona decided to leave, they wouldn't have a problem with that. But when you start talking about New York and Chicago, like that's something different.
And did you drop the thing in the Discord?
Yeah, I've been dropped the link for the chat.
Oh,
But
oh.
Dave just said
No, I'm
he
talking
had
about. I ain't talking about the. I'm talking about.
what are you talking about, Skywalker? I think I lost you for a second. Hold on, I'm gonna get you back. I just wanted to pin this link so I ain't got to keep there we go. So I ain't got to keep posting it. I don't know where Skywalker went. I might have lost him, but he'll come back. So yeah, I want to see some changes done when it comes to the marijuana and the people as I wait for Skywalker to return. And yeah, I think the athletes stay smoking in all sports, not just football, basketball. I'm talking about soccer and tennis and whatever sport you could think of. Hockey, they all smoking. Yeah, they all getting their marijuana on. Skywalker just go and come back, bro. But yeah, I'd love to know what the rest of y'all think about that. Should that be allowed? Would you be okay with that? I mean, I don't think most people got much of a choice of being okay with it. You know what I mean? Like, it is what it is. But yeah, do we hold them into a higher standard though? Because they're athletes. So do we look down upon them for wanting to smoke and get high? You know, are they not people too? Everybody got a vice, right? Of some sort, whether it don't necessarily have to be, doing smoking weed or drinking or whatever narcotic you might want to try, or whatever drink you might want to drink or whatever. I think everybody got a vice, something that they go to cope with things, to cope with everyday life. I just think more people choose weed to cope than most other things. And as for the athletes themselves, they're gonna, ride with the waves. This don't come in a vacuum that they want to declassify the weed now all of a sudden. 2025, and Trump of all people, somebody who's fervent against drugs. Like, Trump is not no fan of drugs and alcohol. That never been him, ever. So to see this push coming from Trump of all places, it's surprising. He's the last person I thought would push for, deregulatory status for marijuana. And all it is just changing the classification. There's nothing more to it than that. Let me find it for you. I'll pull it up for y'all.
Yeah, back.
Yeah,
So what you smoked down today? We
oh
talking
shit,
about weed. What you smoked down?
man, I've been smoking all afternoon. I just,
Let me ask you something, because you're older than me, and I
yeah,
don't even do this. But let me ask you: do you worry about the names?
the names of what?
Yeah, the names of the weed of strain, or do you
No,
just
no.
care about what it looks like and what it smells like?
The only time I care about a name is if it's some really potent. You understand what I'm saying? And that shit
Yeah,
had me going. Then I care about the name because I want to know if I could get that same kind again.
yeah,
You understand what I'm
yes.
saying? But other than that,
Now
I'm
I
not.
can agree with that. But
Now I'm
as
not
far as that,
really
yeah, I
into
don't pay attention
names
to
and
that
all
shit.
that. I'm into strands in terms of, is it a
In the yeah.
sativia or indica? That's where my thing is, because I like the sativa. Sativa.
Oh,
I
you like
always
the
say
sativa? I
sativa.
like it.
Sativa.
No, I
I
like.
like sativa.
Uh,
I don't care for
yeah, I
indica.
like. Shit, I like the indica.
Now the
I
indica's
mean,
great for pain. If you in pain, the indica is probably the route you should go because it's gonna relax you and mellow you out and all that stuff. But
yeah,
I like the sativa better
sativa.
for me.
Yeah,
But
yeah. I like.
all of us
I smoke
all of us
hybrids,
got
but I
a,
like the indicas.
yeah. I mean, everybody got
Um,
their own taste. You understand what I'm saying when it comes to that?
yeah, yeah,
Like me, I'd rather the upper one more than the downer one. But the hybrid ones, I could get those too. and be
Do
just
you
as
like the
fine.
fruity ones, or do you
Uh,
like the
it
earthy ones?
depends. The
So you
fruity
know what the
ones, it
earthy one,
depends.
right?
The which ones?
The earth, the one that tastes like earthy. You know what that
Yeah,
means?
yeah,
All right. Them are the purple, like the purple strands.
right. Or the brown ones.
Yeah. Or yeah,
Brown strands are like that too. The earthy
yeah.
that you referring to.
Now when I get a taste and the high, that's when I worry about the damn. That's when I worry about the damn name, so I can go find that name. You know what I mean?
Right.
I agree with you on that. But other than that, as long as that shit is smoking, that's all I care about.
Basically. And that's all. And my thing is, again, I keep saying it. I know I sound like a broken record, but it's $1 billion industry, and you could
Yeah,
do a lot with that tax revenue that you would
yeah,
get from that. There's a lot that you could get from that because you're gonna get it, and especially if you
yeah,
fuck around and you legalize it, you really gonna get it.
yeah.
Why not use it when it's there and people are begging you to use it? That's the crazy part. You know what I'm saying? People are begging you to
Everybody
use it.
uses it too. Yeah, everybody uses it in public, out of public, everywhere. You know what I mean?
Yes, here it is.
Shit, rich
I was
people,
looking.
smart people. You know what I mean? Like, come on, man. This shit don't. I hate, and no, shout out to CT, but he does it too. But I hate when they say it's a gateway drug. I know
Yeah,
people who's been smoking weed forever that never tried another drug. You know what I'm saying? For years, 30, 40 years.
me
And
too.
I also know crackheads that never, listen, I know crackheads that never smoke weed. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do
Never
too.
smoke weed.
I've seen that myself.
Like that this narrative that weed is the gateway drug, weed is not the gateway drug. I don't care who
I
says it.
never
Weed is
believed
not
that it
the
was,
gateway drug.
but certain people you can't convince that to. There's certain people just gonna say, "Oh, it's for dopes." You a dope if
And
you try it,
yeah,
or if you use it, you're a dope, regardless of how smart you are, what job you work, or whatever the case may be. Just you got some people that's just dead set against it, which is they right. You understand what I'm saying? But what works for you don't work
BD.
for me, and vice versa.
And BD. And it smells good. Oh my goodness, it smells so good. When you burn it, when you don't burn it, oh my goodness, that shit smells so good, man. Just
I
just
agree.
walking into the just walking into your house, right? I don't smoke in my house, right? But I keep weed inside, right? Just walking in, and when I have it, like it's not covered, it's not in the box that I put it in, and the lid is
Yeah.
open. Just the smell, I was like, oh my goodness, that shit smells good. Shit smells so good, man.
Don't mind me,
Can't
Skywalker.
wait
I'm
till I get
trying to
home and I
find
smoke.
the damn article.
Oh man, go ahead and
Um,
find what you need to find, man. Shit, none
yeah,
of your
it's
business. You know what I mean? What you do?
yeah. I'm trying to find the article because I
Yeah,
just
man.
finished
Shit, I'm
reading it.
glad
I
you came
found
on
it on
today.
my phone.
CT, CT's on too, but I like to
Oh
talk
yeah,
about
I know.
sports on the weekends. You know
I
what I
went
mean?
over there for a minute. Can't seem to find it on the computer though. It's
I'm in
slow.
a bad area. You're breaking up. Well, I'm breaking up. My bad, y'all. I'm breaking up. I'm in a bad area.
Nah, you good? I can still hear you just
Yeah.
fine.
Okay.
But yeah,
But
they
yeah,
did
man,
have
I'm
an
out here by the
article on
ocean. Look,
this. Oh, that's
look.
pretty.
See,
Oh yeah, that's pretty.
I'm out here by the ocean.
What you
In
think about
Tampa over
him?
here, y'all. This the Clearwater Tampa area right here. You hear
Yeah,
me?
I've been to Clearwater a couple of times. I like Clearwater. It's very nice. It's
Yeah.
just expensive as fuck.
Clearwater, Tampa, St. Pete, Largo area. All this right here. This is I'm on the interstate. Shit ain't packed. It's kind of packed, but it ain't packed. Let me ask you this. I'm not into baseball, but I would like to know what do you think they're gonna do with the Tampa Bay Rays?
They in trouble. They in trouble. I think they might get moved to another city.
Yeah, and you know what they did, right? You know what St. Pete started to do, right? St.
Tell
Pete
me.
started to build shit. Yeah, St. Pete started to build big condos and apartment, hotel, motels and shit downtown because of so they're last time I know about it, they're talking about they were wanting to get it back, but I guess the city don't want to pay for it. So that I mean they want they want I don't know what the no there's they want the city to pay for it. That's what it is. They want the city to pay for it. You know what I mean? And they ain't trying to pay for that shit. You know what I mean? They
You
say,
know,
man,
my
no,
thing
we
is
y'all
this killed me about the city stuff.
look at all
Why
this
you want a
construction they doing
team
on the
in your
interstate.
city, but then when they ask for a stadium, it's a problem that you don't want to put in on the stadium.
Well, there's it's the difference in putting in and paying for the shit. You know what I mean?
Nah, you
I
shouldn't
think
have
if
to
I'm not
pay
mistaken, they
outright
wanted to
for it,
pay
but you
for it.
need to put in for it.
Yeah, but that's what they want. They wanted them to pay for it. You know what I mean?
Oh, to just outright pay for it. Oh,
Yeah.
nah, hell no.
And they ain't
Okay,
trying to
yeah,
do
that's
all that.
something different. They just asking for it to be outright paid for. Nah, shouldn't
Yeah, I
nobody
wouldn't
have
mind. I wouldn't say that would be a bad thing for them to put in on it because shit, they're gonna make some revenue off of it throughout the
yeah.
city, downtown, the parking lot, parking, everything. Shit, hey man, we'll
Yeah, that
see.
was my thing.
Cause that's
If you're gonna like profit off of it, and you are gonna profit off of it. So like
yeah,
let's not act like you're not. So be as though you are gonna profit off. It's only right, at least in my opinion, to fucking put in on it. I'm not saying pay for the whole stadium. See, but that's how the owners try to get over on cities by trying to make the
yeah,
city pay for the whole stadium when they got the money for it.
yep,
Y'all playing with billions of dollars, and you talking about the city should have to pay for a stadium? No. Now, should the city have to put in for a stadium? Absolutely, they should.
yeah.
But pay for the
I
shit
believe that.
outright? No. Shouldn't no city have
Yeah,
to
big motherfucker.
uh, pay for the stadium outright? I don't believe that. I think that's crazy work. But yeah, the
You know what,
Trump,
man?
he's doing stuff that's gonna like fundamentally change, how folks do business at the end of the day.
Yep.
And it's happening. I'm still curious to. Well, speaking of that, why it's on my mind? What did you think about that whole him bombing Nigeria and shit? What you thought about that, Skywalker?
Shit.
And
I'm
Blackbeard, I
American.
see you, bro.
I'm an American. I love it. You know what I mean? No
Well,
matter
here's
what we're
my
doing it for. You know what I mean? Shit, it don't matter what we're doing it for. And if it is to help the Christians, that they should be helping them. You know what I mean? Well, me and truthfully, I ain't gonna lie. You know what I mean? If you really want to ask me, I think we
yeah.
should
I really want to
pull
ask
all of
you.
our troops. I think we should pull all of our troops. Look at these motherfuckers. You see this shit? Don't know how to drive. That's why I gotta watch out for these people. Look, pull all of our troops, right?
Right.
Once we pull all of our troops, we will go. We will bring. We'll send all the illegals back home, and you know what I mean. We'll take care of our own country like that. If you ask me.
Well, my thing is this: I don't really care about being the world's Christian police. You
I
understand
don't
what I'm
care about
saying?
being the world
That's
police.
my issue.
Period.
Like, let's not make it a religious thing. If you're going to go into Nigeria, at least tell the truth about why you're going into Nigeria. You going into
It is.
Nigeria the same reason why you going into Venezuela, the same reason why you trying to take Greenland from Denmark. It's all about the same freaking thing. You want the resources. Just say that.
It
You
is.
understand what I'm saying? You
It
want the
is.
reason.
I
Nigeria
don't
got
want.
oil. Nigeria got uranium. You want that. Just say
It
that.
is.
That's all I'm
I
saying.
don't want America to be none of the polices for the world.
I don't
I
either.
want to be.
I'm against that.
They say.
But
They say
using
we
that
don't
that
have
premise,
this.
we're protecting the
Yeah.
Christians. I don't want to hear that. I don't want to
Listen,
hear
they
that.
say we don't have this. We don't have enough people in this country. We don't have this, that, and the third. Well, shit, bring all the troops, and we'll have no country. Look at that. Look at the Indy. See the Corvette, Indy 500 Corvette. You know what I mean?
Well, to your point, Petra Parker, I hope I said your name right. We want a relationship with them before Russia does, but the China already done beat us to the African continent. We already lost that race to them. So how we worried about Russia all of a sudden when the Chinese been there for 15 years, building roads and bridges and infrastructure in some of these weak African countries. So it sounds good on its face, but I don't think that's the case. That's just me
And
personally.
like I said, I think we should pull all of our troops from around the world, bring it back home. We'll have all the workforce we need. Take all these damn illegals, send them across the border or wherever the hell they gotta go, and be done with it. That's it.
Let me ask you this though, Skyro. You think him bombing over there in his words to protect the Christians, you think that would affect the Nigerians that are here in America right now? You think their positions change over time if Trump decides to keep bombing them? I would love to know
Do
when you
you
get
think
back.
what?
I said, do you
I'm
think the
here.
Nigerians here, you think their position will change if Trump continues to bomb them? Because right now, this was just an isolated, it was like more of a pinpoint attack. It wasn't a bombing like an air raid. This was missiles
Yeah,
being launched from a ship. You understand what I'm saying? In the sea. So it
yeah,
was a different kind of bombing, per se. It wasn't
yeah.
like an airstrike. So let's just say if that Trump, wants to continue to bomb, and how long do you think the Nigerians here put up with that before they start crying?
Surprised they ain't crying yet. You know what I
I mean,
mean?
you see, it struck a nerve with CT. He came on a Saturday to talk just about that. So,
Yeah. Look at that gas price. See that gas price? See it? Two
nah, I
fifty
can't see it.
five. Two
255. It's
fifty
like two
five.
thirty
Look at
six
that.
here.
See, that's good. That's what you
Yeah,
like to see. You don't like that?
yeah,
Come
yeah.
on,
We
man.
all
How the
like
hell
cheap
y'all like?
gas. Yeah,
Man,
who
just
doesn't
a
like
just
cheap gas?
just a year ago, that shit was like 315, 330. Know what I
Yeah, I
mean?
think I think the whole bombing thing, the whole night. My problem is the whole protecting the Christian stuff. Like, since when did we become the Christian police? Where we
He
go
did say
around the
oil
world
too, didn't he?
protecting Christians?
Didn't he say oil too?
Yeah, I don't know what he said. All I just know, I'm paraphrasing, but he was like they struck them. They were ISIS targets supposedly. That he
Yeah,
struck ISIS targets in Nigeria to protect the
yeah.
Christians that were living there. That was the premise of him doing what he did.
I'm still here.
That's too the Ben's ice cream. You on to something with that? That has a lot to do with it because people aren't traveling. Yeah, and when people aren't traveling, it's hard to raise gas prices because people aren't using gas. It's supply and demand. That's economy 101. You see how I got my logo in the corner, Skywalker? If all
Yeah,
the folk
yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, now you got to get your see what I'm gonna try to do. I need to try to figure out someone needs to show me because they're not gonna I've been trying to watch tutorials and shit about OBS, but I need to get like someone to show me. Press that button, fool. You know what I mean? Because when I look at the tutorials on YouTube, they're when and then I look at the screen, they're two different screens. You know what I mean? It's like
right.
this ain't the same thing. So I can't you know what I mean? So nah, I gotta have someone either on the phone or in person with that right there. Cause I want to put scenes. You know what I mean? I want to put all kinds of shit in the background. And I'm gonna get a green screen or a blue screen here soon. I don't know when, but I'm gonna try to get one here soon.
What kind of green screen you trying to get? Like the big one that covers like the whole back of your shit?
It don't matter whichever one. I'm just gonna try to get the one I seen some online that they got the blue on one side and the green on the other side, and they're like the ones that fold up real easy. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I don't know if they're good or not, but just trying to see if I can get one of them. Put it back there. because I want to put up something in the background, but when I move, it does the Dave. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying.
Doing that.
But
Yeah.
yeah, I think he struck that stuff because he want to go take their stuff. He just signaling to them like I'm coming to take your stuff in a minute. Just know that I'm coming. I ain't
Let
gonna
me
tell you
let me get
when.
that shit. Let me get that shit, huh?
Yeah, and
He
I mean,
coming to
and
get
my
it.
thing is, it's not like we can't just walk into Nigeria or walk into any African country and take basically whatever we want. You know what I'm saying? We could just
Mhm.
walk into any African country we choose to, and take what we want to take. What they gonna do? You know what I'm saying? What they gonna do?
Mhm.
Ain't shit they gonna do. So
Yeah.
my thing is, why hide it under the guise of we're protecting Christians? Is my thing. We don't even got to do all that. Just go in there and just act like you what you going in there for. You're gonna take what I'm coming to get, and that's it. It's another thing is I think why the Russia Ukraine thing is taking so long because Trump didn't get what he wanted to get from Ukraine, so he's just letting it drag out some more. I think he could have ended the thing if he wanted to. In my opinion, I could be wrong, but in my
Yeah.
opinion, I think he could have ended it.
Maybe. Might be on. Might be right.
What do
The
you
way I
think?
see it is, I don't know. I haven't looked into it. You know what I'm saying? I know it might be about oil. So shit, we need oil. Gas price can go down. You know what I mean? Go down even further. You heard what he said when he took the oil tankers when they asked him about it. They thought they were gonna say he was gonna say something. What did he say? He said we're gonna use it. You know what I mean? Shit.
Yeah, yeah, he did
I
that.
gotta look into it. I can't talk because I gotta look into it more because I really don't. I know I popped up on my news feed and I was gonna read on it, but I didn't. You know what I mean? All I know is they did send them the drones and they hit it. You know what I'm saying? Because they said it was because of the Christian stuff.
Well, here's the article right here about Trump reclassifying the fast track for the reclassification of cannabis, which will
Yeah,
pave the
let's
way
go,
for the Food
Trump.
and Drug Administration to study its medicinal uses.
Yeah, yeah, let's go.
Let's
Make that
say
shit
cannabis is
make that
currently
shit legal.
classified in the same category as heroin, ecstasy, LSD
It's
under the
wild.
Controlled Substance Act
That's
of
wild too.
1970.
Hey,
That is
PD,
wild.
I ain't trying to cut you off, but that is wild, bro. Bro, you know what I used to hate? I used to hate watching them damn. I think I wasn't even smoking at the time. And I was smart enough to know that weed doesn't do this shit to you. I used to hate when they used to have the ones where they go into the drive through and they're all high and then they pull out and they hit someone or they get into a crash. When does that ever happen? You know what I mean? Come on, man. They need to stop this shit, man.
Yeah, but look at this though. It's not legal here, and it should be because they got dispensaries here in Georgia and all that stuff. But Florida, medical. All this yellow is medical. All this
Yeah.
green is recreational and medical. But you still got a few
It looks
holdup
like it's
states.
mainly on the west. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the West
Mainly on the
Coast,
west side.
this
Yeah, west
East
coast.
Coast corridor right here, New
Yeah.
York and all that, other than Pennsylvania, but pretty much the whole Northeast, all of the West, except for poor Aaron C state of Utah. They the only ones
Yeah.
that just wanted to be medical, but pretty much the entire West is smoking. All of the tornado alley all got it for medical. Like stop playing. Just make it
Yeah.
legal. Just make it legal.
Yeah. You're right about that.
Yeah, they need to just stop playing and just make it legal. Because it's gonna happen eventually. Because the more people that get into the marijuana, the more people that's gonna smoke, and the more demand you're gonna get for it.
Yep.
especially
They might
now
as well
that
just let it
you're
happen.
starting to go into other people countries and take their resources. That's going to take manpower. Folks going to need the weed just to deal with the stress
Yeah,
of
you're right about
having to
that.
do that. I'm just saying.
And they got they're like it's 2:30, 2:33 at Sam's Club.
And yeah, Ben, we don't need weed. We just want it. I don't need anything but air
Hey,
and water to live.
BD,
I just want
BD,
it.
I'm about to be going into the store, and I might get. That's why you sound me. It sounds like I'm cutting off right now. And just don't. If you still on, I'll come back up when I get done. I ain't gonna be in
All
there
right,
long
all right, do your thing, bro.
because I'm cutting up. See that? I'm going in and out.
All right, well, go do your thing. I'm be here. I ain't going
Yeah,
nowhere.
I'll be back. Don't go nowhere. I'll be back
Yeah, I ain't
in a
going
little
nowhere.
bit. Not that long. I'm going to Sam's Club.
All right, do your thing. But yeah, I think the marijuana is good for the country. We need more people to smoke. It'd be a happier, gentler place. We might even have less crime. I'm just saying. I don't know too many more violent people that are on marijuana, just violent and high. I don't see that. Not in real life. I see angry people on meth and heroin, stuff like that, but not angry people on marijuana. In fact, the marijuana make you kind of happy and cheerful. If you get some good marijuana, it make you nice and happy, giggly, bubbly, and all that. Just depends on the weed, the strand. But again, to my point about the athletes doing, I think a lot of the athletes now are doing it, and they just doing it on the low, doing it on their off days while they in the club partying or while they at home. Listen, Coco Golf is an amazing, amazing athlete. And no, I didn't know she was fasting. But if that's what works for her, it's working for her. I'm not going to sit here and say if that's what works for her. It's working for her because she's a great tennis player. And she got so much upside to it, it don't make sense. Barring injury, she can be she will be, I think, a dominant women's tennis player for the next 10 or 15 years. Coco Gauff. Oh, I dig it. Juan, I dig it. I've been saying that the whole entire stroke. Yeah, let them smoke and do their thing. Like my thumbnail suggests, Calvin Johnson was a problem. And he was smoking. And that dude was a whole problem. He's the only wide receiver I've ever seen that they had to put two corners at the line of scrimmage for that dude. Two corners. Right? That's how crazy Calvin Johnson was. So if that man was he was getting high, more power to him. Yeah, hopefully Jazz don't. But he playing baseball and smoking weed probably not a good mix though. It's not like football and basketball, baseball. Yeah, baseball is a whole different thing. And marijuana, when it's good, it can be disorienting. Right. That's everybody think of Ricky Williams. He's usually the first person that pops up in most people's mind because, mind you, the man quit the NFL to go smoke. Yeah, he quit the NFL just so he could smoke his weed in peace. Oh man, see, you speaking Spanish, bro. I don't know what you're talking about. I mean, my Spanish is all right, but it ain't that good to be trying to figure out all that. But yeah, I think the athletes, a lot of them are doing it, and they're going to continue to do it. And we'll see. I think we just going to see it play out in real time. You know, I think it won't become bad until an athlete maybe gets hurt or something like that, and then a test might come back that the athlete was intoxicated at the time or high or something like that. But I think as long as they doing it on their off days when they're not playing and not doing it on game day, you understand what I'm saying? I think they should be all right. And, you know, it's coming, though. The reclassification of the weed, you know, making, you know, the fact that it was on the same scale as heroin and PCP, just, that blew my mind. Like, same scale as heroin? Have you seen what heroin do to folks? Like, weed ain't nothing like that. Yeah, it ain't nothing like that. Not even close to being anything like that. But we gonna see. It's gonna be crazy work. But as for the actual sports that's going on today, fellas and ladies, it's not a lot. You got all the bullshit college games, the bowl games that don't nobody watch anymore because of the football playoff, the college football playoff. Nobody watches the bowl games anymore. We got 2 NFL games, right? Baltimore, Green Bay. The Texans, they play too. Chargers, Texans and Chargers. That's the first game. And we got a decent NBA slate of games tonight. Mavericks, Kings, Nuggets, Magic, Pelicans, Suns, Hawks, and Knicks. That's always good, the Hawks and Knicks. Pacers, Heat, Bills, Bulls and Bucks, the Cavs and the Rockets. That's going to be a good game too. The Jazz and the Spurs. We get to see Wemby tonight. So the NBA got it going on for right now. Yeah, Malik Monk. I remember Malik Monk, and yeah, he was doing all type of stuff. But he back now. He on Sacramento. And yeah, I don't want to be that, Ben. The whole Christian police thing, I don't want to be that. I definitely don't want to be that. I don't want to be the Christian police. Because we'll be fighting all over the damn world if that's the case. Yeah, we'll be in perpetual war for the next 20, 30 years if we become the Christian police. And just start attacking, you know, random countries just because they, you know, being bad to their Christians. Yeah, that part, man. Yeah, that part. But yeah, that's the only thing, you know, I don't have a problem with him bombing whoever he's gonna bomb. But at least, you know, say what you bombing it for. And to say that, you know, you doing it to protect the Christians is bullshit. That's all I'm saying. You going in there because they got natural resources and you want them. And if you could take them by force, you probably are. Because let's be honest, what fighting chance do the Nigerians have against the U.S. Army? Like, they don't have no chance against the U.S. Army. And there isn't an African nation that has a chance against the U.S. Army. No one of the 54 countries in Africa has nothing for the U.S. Army. That's a good question. Let me read it. Where are the weapons of mass destruction? That is a question people who oppose Israel wants to know, which is Christianity beyond the West? Man, that's a good fucking question right there. Where are the weapons? We have a lot of them. The Russians have a lot of them. Chinese got a lot of them. But you notice you don't have an African country with a nuke. You don't got a South American country with a nuke. Yeah, they do leave people to guess. But I always found that very interesting that you notice there's no South American country with a nuke. There's no African country with a nuke. Why you think that is? Yeah, why you think that is? Nah, Mexico don't got that. See, the thing about the United States is big brother of the whole hemisphere. Yeah, the United States is big brother when it comes to the whole hemisphere. They're not going to let no country on this side of the world become nuclear powered or nuclear armed. Ain't no way. And I think the Europeans felt the same way about the Africans, about not allowing them to acquire a nuclear anything. Even though South Africa did have a nuke, but South Africa gave their nuke program away once Mandela, became their prime minister.
Hey, my dumb ass didn't even have my card, the Sam's card. You know what I mean?
Oh man, you can't go to Sam's Club without the Sam's card. Skywalker, come on, you a Florida dude. You supposed to know that.
So what it is right. When I left, I got all the cards I thought I need, right? And one is a black card, just like the Sam's Club is black. And I guess I was just trying to leave and like probably turn around and grab the black card, and I grabbed the wrong black card. You know what I mean? I just seen the color. Didn't read the damn names or nothing like that. Just gonna stop at Publix by my house. Fuck it. Just get me something to eat right quick. But yeah, man.
Yeah, I was just saying. I was talking with Ben Ice Cream, and he was like, "Do Mexico got a nuke?" And I was like, "No, wouldn't no country on this side of the world have a nuke as long as the United States here. United States ain't trying to hear that. Trying to play that game with another nuclear armed country in the same hemisphere as we are. That ain't fit to happen."
Mm-hmm.
And South Africa, they were the only African country with a nuke until Mandela came. And you see what happened to Gaddafi when he tried to acquire one. You see how that worked out for him. And I tell folks all the time. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but I tell folks all the time, Pakistan wouldn't have one if it wasn't for AQ Khan. Like they didn't want those people to have no access to no nuclear weapons like that.
We need to be the only superpower on the planet.
We should be the only superpower on the planet. I would love that. The only problem with that is then being the only superpower means we got to police the world. And I don't want to police the world. I don't
want to police the world either.
I don't want to police the world. Now, again, if we going for conquest, you understand what I'm saying? To get material resources that are running out or something like that, because I believe in survival of the fittest too. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. Sometimes you got to do what you got to do to get what you got to get. You understand what I'm saying? So if it's that, say that. You understand what I'm saying? I respect it more than you saying, "Oh, we're going to protect Christians," when that's not really what you're trying to do at all.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. Let's not make it a religious thing when it don't have to be, because all you do is it kind of like saber rattling. All you do is just get people all riled up. and then
Yeah.
people don't see what's really going on in the big picture. And then when they find out what the big picture was, that now they're gonna feel like you lied to them all this time. Well, you told me it was about this, but we're really
Yeah.
doing this. You understand what I'm saying? That's how motherfuckers get caught up. What do you think?
Yeah. Yeah, you're right about yeah. I agree with you. Shit.
Yeah, that's all I'm saying. Let's not, let's just call it ace ace and spade spade. You want what they got, and they got it, and they military can't fight ours at the end of the day. Not for real.
Do you think it's a thing where they tried to buy it or tried to acquire it in a different way and they're just like said no, we don't want, you know what I'm saying? Because they ain't doing nothing with the resources. Shit. Why not let someone come in and do something with it? Buy it or know what I
Well,
mean?
I think they could buy it if they
Instead of
wanted to buy it, but buying it would mean having to invest in it too, because their oil is nationalized. From what I remember, Nigeria, I'm talking about. I think they have a national oil system, like the government owns the oil. It's not like a person or a capitalist thing. They could buy it probably, but why buy it when you could take it?
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, what if it was the narrative that they tried to go in and buy it, right? And they wouldn't let them buy it. So now they say, you know what? We tried to do it the right way. We tried to give y'all something for it. Now we come and take that shit. You know what I mean?
Right? Maybe see
Y'all
that's
ain't
what we
doing
don't
nothing
know
with it.
though.
The
We
world,
don't know if
the
they
world
tried to
needs
buy
these.
it first.
They probably make it like the world needs these resources. Give them up. You know what I mean?
Or in my little conspiracy mode, there is uranium in Nigeria. Maybe they were just trying to beat the Russians and the Chinese there first. You understand what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
The,
Maybe they made an offer to like
that could be
Nigeria,
it
like,
too.
look, we'll buy your uranium for X amount as long as you don't try to sell it to the Russians or the Chinese. And they probably was like, no, we're gonna sell it to whoever we want to. And then bombs start raining on them.
Yeah.
Like, bitch, didn't I tell you? You forgot who I am?
Yeah.
Like, they don't got boats
Yeah.
out here. We got boats out here. You know what I'm saying? Like, stop playing with me.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah. They
war
doing
is
number
the
construction
economic
down here. Look.
engine at the end of the day.
See? Look at all that construction they doing.
Wow, what are
I
they
don't know what the hell
building?
they beating there.
Are they
Just
building
Summit Construction.
houses?
I don't know what they beating. I don't know. So right here, this was I forgot what it was. It was a Citadel or something like that, right? And they busted it down. Now they're rebuilding it. They have a Sprouts there. It might be a plaza, but because that right there, that big ass building that I showed you, that was a car garage.
Car
That was a
garage?
car garage. So yeah, there might be. It might be a like a motel or apartment complex, something like that. And it
Well,
has a sprout
we could
right,
always
sprouts right there.
there's always parts of the country that could always use more housing, and Florida is no exception because it's expensive to live there. So you could always use more housing there. But my
Yeah,
thing
but what do
is, you
you do with
build
the
these
housing that's
housing.
just sitting there?
You
What
got
do
to
you
build
do with the
houses that
houses that's
people
just
can
sitting there?
afford to live at.
Yeah, but what do you do with the houses that are just sitting there that nobody uses? What do you do with them?
Oh man, you bulldoze them and make something else, I guess. And and Ben, we've heard about uranium for a long time. It's just people weren't paying attention to it, and it took Wakanda, unfortunately, to open
Yeah,
people's eyes to like the precious metals and radioactive metals and stuff like that. People didn't care about that or weren't even interested in learning about stuff like that. Like Wakanda, to make a reference, Wakanda ran off a metal called vibranium, which is fictional. Okay, I gotta keep trying to explain that. For vibranium is not a real thing. It's a fictional metal created by Stan Lee,
hold
who
up,
created
hold
the
up,
Black Panther. Like, it's
hold up,
fiction.
hold up. Do people actually think that vibranium is
Yes, I've
real
seen
metal.
people that really think vibranium is real and that
So
adamantium
they
is
must be.
real.
They must think adamantium is real too.
Yeah, that. You understand what I'm saying? I've had people really argue me up and down
Wow.
talking about adamantium is real and vibranium is like what's wrong with these folks? Like
That's
no,
crazy.
those are fictional metals, people. Fictional. Now uranium, on the other hand, is a real metal. Plutonium is a real metal. You understand what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But you're not just going to mine plutonium. You'll never find raw plutonium. You understand what I'm saying? Because plutonium is actually the byproduct of you breaking the uranium up. That's how you get plutonium is by breaking the uranium up
Yeah.
through the nuclear
And
power
there's different
reactor.
kind. There's different
Yeah,
kind of uranium too.
right.
So
But all uranium is radioactive. There's three different types, I believe, but all three types are radioactive metals.
yeah. I
The
don't know what the hell they
plutonium
are, but I
metal,
know that.
that's the one that really, that's what they make the real bombs out of now. They're not uranium made bombs. They fuse
Yeah.
these things into plutonium and make the bombs out of plutonium. Because the plutonium is far more destructive than the actual raw uranium. There's a reason why they say
Malik Monk.
weapons grade and power grade and that they're great different grades to the enrichment of uranium. There's a reason for that. Because it has to be a
Wow.
certain way for it to be used in that manner.
Yeah, I can't. I just can't believe that people actually think uranium and adamantium is. Oh my goodness.
But yeah,
It's,
I've had to tell a few people in my life that vibranium is not damn real. It's fiction.
they must think kryptonite is real too.
Right? Nah, that's the one thing they know is fake is that they know kryptonite don't exist. But yeah, you tell them about vibranium and adamantium. It's like, yeah, yeah, come on. Are you for real with this?
Wow.
Like, are you for real? Yeah, like Wakanda is real.
Vibranium and adamantium.
Yeah, the
Wow.
whole
What if they
Wakanda
mix it
thing.
together? Then what do you get? What if you
Nah,
mix it together? Then what do you
that's
get?
the thing in the comic books. You need vibranium to make adamantium. You can't
Oh,
make
I didn't know that.
adamantium without vibranium. You need vibranium as a part of what makes adamantium adamantium. See, I was a big comic book head when I was a kid, so I know this stuff.
And these damn prices by my house dropped four cents since yesterday. It's 252 56 now 252.
You drive a truck, Skywalker, or you got a car or minivan or
A
something?
car. People can't fucking drive. You got the right of way and you want to let people wait. People are stupid.
Your brother live by you?
He did. Now he lives probably what 30 minutes away now. I think so. He comes over every once in a while.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean? He
And
ain't been up on the panel lately because he got to get new earbuds. You know what I mean?
you left them dogs in the house while you go run around?
Yeah, I put him in the bathroom.
Okay, so
You
they
know what I
stay in
mean?
the bathroom when you go to the store and all that, so they don't make a mess.
Yeah, I don't put him in the cage. I don't put him in the cage. When I'm there, they don't mess around, but and they don't do nothing. They won't do nothing unless I leave them in there forever. You know what I mean? If I leave them in there for a long time, like all day long, yeah. But right now, shit, I get home, they'll run. They're gonna get excited, run out the damn thing. They're gonna run around. They're gonna go wait by the door, and they're gonna be ready for me to walk them.
Oh, okay, so they already trained, huh? Like he back.
Yeah,
It's time for us to go
yeah,
outside, type shit.
yeah. They get excited when I come in, and when my old lady gets here, oh lord, they don't even know me. They
Right.
don't even know me. Let me go do this right quick because I might break up.
Okay,
And
yeah,
when
go
I
do
get
your
to the
thing.
house,
At least you
yeah,
found your
I'm gonna get
Sam's
back.
Club card.
No, I just went to Publix. Fuck that.
Oh, okay, yeah, that works too.
Publix right down the road from my house. Damn it. But yeah, let me get done. I'll be right back up.
All right, but yeah, I know the feeling. Being in supermarkets and all that stuff. It's no fun. But it is what it is. You gotta eat, right? But yeah, we don't know what that man got going on. I'm talking about Trump now, in terms of him, bombing Nigeria, and again to be clear, it wasn't like an airstrike or anything. It was just missiles from a boat hitting particular targets in the name of ISIS. Ben, that's a good question. Let me see. BD, what do you think Africans need to improve economy in lower regions? I was thinking a focus on tourism. Tourism would be good if you could provide the security. The problem is a lot of these African countries, especially the sub-Saharan African countries, they can't provide the security to have tourism. That's the real issue, is the security part. In my opinion, like, I don't think they can't. A lot of these African countries, their civilian governments are so weak that they're subjected to coups every 3-4 years. Like, it's very common to see military coup in Africa. Like, it's common. Like, just a couple of months ago, I think it was one of these tiny little African countries had a military coup. I think Niger had another military coup not too long ago. Like, I think that be the problem, especially with the sub-Saharan African countries, is that the militaries are stronger than their civilian governments, and the civilian governments typically don't ever have control of their militaries. And when the civilian government doesn't have control over the military, it causes a security issue. Like, how are you going to protect tourists if the military say, I don't want to do it, and the civilian government said, well, you have to do it, and then the military says, we're not doing it, now we're just going to overthrow you. You understand what I'm saying? Like, that dynamic doesn't bode well for folks who want to, like, do tourism. At least I don't think so. And I think in the African countries, that's where the biggest problem is. In the sub-Saharan African countries, I got to be specific, because I'm talking about the breadbasket, like in the middle of the continent. I think that's where their biggest problem lies, in the security. You can't have tourism when you can't guarantee the safety of people. And on top of that, when you see tourists come from other countries, you try to use those tourists as bait or ransom for something else. You understand what I'm saying? Because let's be honest, a lot of these economies in sub-Saharan Africa, their money ain't worth the paper it's printed on. That's why you see a lot of them come here. Rwanda improved because they had Western help. That's why they improved. But how much more Western help are these African nations going to get is my thing. A lot of the West don't want to help the African nations in any real substantial way. Rwanda got lucky because of the nature of its civil war and the carnage it created. That's just my personal opinion. I think they got lucky because most Western countries don't really want to invest in Africa like that. And that's why the Chinese are there. And the Russians are there. Because the West didn't really want to, like, deal with the African continent like that. And that's why you see Russians there and you see Chinese there. But again, just my personal opinion. I can't be, exact on a lot of these things. I just go by what I see. But for those of y'all that's, watching in the comments or whatever, like, share, subscribe, share the video, hit the like button, all that other YouTube stuff, the Cash App at the bottom of the screen if you want to donate to the channel. And we in here on Saturday. My topic was about, the Trump administration reclassifying the weed and how that might affect, the athletes. But, we talking about everything right now. Right now, we kind of like on the whole geopolitics thing. So why are others not falling behind Rwanda? Please elaborate why countries didn't want to invest in Africa. Why do countries don't want to invest in Africa? I think the main part of that deals with the actual civilian governments. Like a lot of these African countries, the civilian governments have become corrupt. And I think the West got tired of watching African nations take Western money and abuse it and spend it on themselves. And I think a lot of that deals with, that a lot of these African nations ain't never seen no real money. So they get some real money in their hands and don't know how to act. No, I don't think they do. That's a good question, too. Do Black African countries need Black Americans to improve? No, I don't think they need them to improve. I think an influx of them, though, would help. I think Black Americans are far more advanced than any Black African, in my personal opinion. But that's just my personal opinion. I think Black Americans live far, far better lives and have a far better quality of life than any Black African. And that's the reason why you see them coming over here and not us going over there. Because if the opposite was true, you would see us being over there. But you don't see, Black Americans traveling to Nigeria and traveling to, I'm talking about Black Americans with no lineage to Nigeria, not, African Americans, not them. I'm talking about Black Americans. I can't provide a real example because I don't know a real example of America ever given a African country other than Egypt and South Africa. Them the only two countries I could think of off the top of my head that America has given substantial foreign aid to. And did Egypt blow the loan? Not really. Is South Africa blowing the loan? Kind of, sort of. It depends on how it plays out. Some countries make improvements, others, digress. Kind of depends on, what governments that are running the country at the time. But in terms of investment, those are the two countries I know off the top of my head gets lots of money from the United States in foreign aid. It's Egypt and South Africa. Now, in terms of the sub-Saharan, the Nigerias, the Nigers, the Mozambiques, and the Kenyas of the world, I don't see America giving those countries, foreign aid like how we give Egypt and South Africa. The only thing we were doing for the sub-Saharan countries was U.S. aid. If you remember that, USAID. And, Trump put an end to that. So after that, that's how we was helping the sub-Saharan countries, but we weren't spending billions of dollars on USAID. Do they need their own country of their own? Yeah. But where is it going to be? Would be the problem. What the answer is? Yeah. The issue is, where do you locate it? And that would be the real issue, is the location. Because you ask any Black American, they're going to want to say here. that country needs to be here inside of America. So that's a good question. I wish I had a better answer. But I don't believe you could have a country inside of a country and it work well. Because let's say if the numbers are right and there are 50 million black Americans, right? How much space would you allocate for 50 million Americans to have their own country? Yeah, but ain't no black American fit to get up and leave and do that. Because at the end of the day, most black Americans feel that they're American. And leaving don't fulfill that need. Because Rwanda, you wasn't born in Rwanda or Cape Town. You were born here. So you don't want to leave where you at. I mean, for them, it's still different. Like the Africans don't have an issue traveling to America. Most other countries don't have an issue leaving their country and going abroad and starting life over. But a lot of Americans ain't fixing to do that because after you done lived here, like you don't want to go nowhere else because ain't nowhere else like here. So in theory, it may sound good, but in practice, I don't think that would work for a lot of people. It wouldn't. Because I know I'm not leaving. In that aspect, I can only speak for myself. I know I'm not going anywhere. So, in my mind, I'm American. I was born here. Yeah, even if they did see a profitable black country, Ben, to your point, I don't think it would change a lot of their opinions like that. And I see you, Renato, Ryan. I see you. But I don't think a lot of that would change their opinion on if they seen the majority, like a functioning black country, a profitable black country actually doing something on the scale of like a Rwanda, a Wakanda. Even if you had an African country that was doing it big like that, I just don't see it changing the minds of the black Americans that are here. Yeah, I just don't see that shit happening, bro. I think folks are entrenched into their ideas, into their thoughts, and that's just it. Yeah, a lot of the northeastern parts of Africa are more Persian than they are black. If we want to take it there. Yeah, a lot of those northern African countries, the Sierra Leones, the Morocco, the Tunisias, the Libya. Yeah, a lot of that is Arab Persian more than in Moorish than you would see, black African, sub-Saharan African type. But yeah, but here's the thing. A lot of Africans, you can't. I've never met an African, asked him where he from, and he ain't tell me he was African. They don't never tell you what country they from. They always say that they African. Like, for me, that's an irritating thing for me. Like, I feel like you insulting my intelligence every time. If I ask you where you from and you tell me you from Africa, it almost tells me like you telling me like I don't know there's 54 different countries in Africa. So when I ask you where you from, you're supposed to tell me what country you from, not, what I'm saying, you from Africa. How many times as an African asks an American, hey, what country, where you from, and that person say, yeah, I'm North American. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't go around saying we North American. We don't run around doing that. But the Africans, they good for that. They good for going around saying, yeah, we're African, but what country you from? And yeah, they could be genuine people at times, but you got some that are assholes too. I mean, we got that with Americans too. Some Americans are great, and other Americans are assholes. It just depends on the American. Well, here's the thing. Their cities compared to our cities is like night and day. Like if you compare Accra to New York City, you can't even compare the two. They're both cities, right? But Accra and Ghana ain't nothing like New York City and New York State in the United States. You can't even compare the two. Like you could tell one's a third world city and one's a first world city. Even though Accra got some of the same amenities that New York got. It has trains, it has buses, it has apartment buildings and supermarkets and shops and all that. It has all these things that New York got. But the quality of these things is what separates it. Not the fact that they have these things, it's the quality of the things that they have is what make it different. The quality of an Accra supermarket is not going to be the same as the quality of a New York supermarket. The quality of an Accra bus, an Accra public bus, isn't going to be the same as a New York City transit bus. You know what I'm saying? And that be the difference that folks fail to realize. It's not that they don't have the things. They have some of the same systems that we got, which are, let's be honest, they're all European-based systems, right? Mass transit, roads, and all that stuff. That's all European shit. But the level of quality in the system is what makes the system different. So Africa in that aspect is way behind. Like I tell folks all the time, Black Americans live far better lives than Black Africans, far better. And if they didn't, you wouldn't see so many Black Africans here. They could build on the Virgin Islands if they wanted to. I just don't think there are enough Virgin Islands to hold 50 million people. Yeah, Space Monkey, that's interesting. Yeah, the regulations and standards Asia is stricter than us though when it comes to that. Even their potato chip matches what's inside Asia is another level than us, both good and bad. Uptight. Yeah, they are very uptight. And I've been saying this, Ryan, for a long time. I've been saying that China is the only real geopolitical threat to the United States that's out here for it. I mean, Russia's always going to be there because they have the nuclear weapons, but economically speaking, they're not going to ever be a threat to the United States. Where China is definitely economically, not just militarily, but economically is a threat to the United States. But folks don't see that. They let the Chinese they do it quietly too. They don't make a bunch of noise. They just quietly go about their business, doing stuff, stealing our property, stealing our intellectual property, and they quietly doing it. They doing it on TikTok. You understand what I'm saying? You ain't gonna tell me that you got a Chinese-run company not taking Americans' personal information Not going to tell me that that's not what's going on in a communist country. That all of a sudden they have democracy when it comes to TikTok. You don't get the fuck out of here with that. Yeah, it is going to be something to imagine. I agree. It's going to be very interesting to see how that works. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like the Chinese do a lot of stuff, and I know your friend likes to say about the global corporate machine and all that, but even with that, he never takes into account the Chinese and the role that they play. Never. He never takes that into an account, which is foolish if you ask me, because it's not like they're not playing. It's not like they're not in the game. To act like that they're not in the game is it's silly. We talking about a country that got 3 billion people, and they're communists, so they can pretty much force their people to fight and take up arms if they really want to. Those people there don't have a choice. If the army conscripts them, they're going to be on the battlefield, whether they like it or not. See, here, you ain't going to have that here. If you had a draft here in America, it'd be anarchy. As for helping Puerto Rico, I think Puerto Rico has gotten a lot of help from the United States over the years. But the problem with Puerto Rico is they don't get the help that they really could get because they don't want to become a state. I think once Puerto Rico just submits to statehood, then they will get all of the same benefits that all the other 50 states get. But the fact that they want to stay a commonwealth and or a territory limits them on what the United States is willing to do for them. But again, that's just my personal opinion. But in terms of blacks, going to the Virgin Islands and building it up and having a whole majority black country there, it's not enough Virgin Island for that. And then they don't want to be, and then you're going to get a lot of blacks that's going to be like, why I got to leave where I'm at to go somewhere else when I'm from here. I don't know if it would necessarily be beneficial, but it would definitely, what it would be a different perspective is what it would be. Now, I don't know how beneficial that would be in the end, but it would definitely be a different perspective. Studying on the Virgin Islands and learning about, their culture, but they have a whole nother culture that's not, mainland U.S. culture. So the perspective would be different. But in terms of it being beneficial, I don't know if it would be beneficial like that. Well, we could see, though. Yeah, we'll definitely see how that will work out. I would love, and to your point, Ryan, I don't know if there's a GCM as Brave suggests, but there is something out here that's controlling stuff. There are people out here, I believe, that's controlling stuff. And they always gonna, be in the shadows. We never gonna really know who they are, at least not by face. They're always gonna have faces in the media, figureheads that we could look at. But to actually know what's really going on behind the scenes is we never gonna know what's going on behind the scenes. We're never gonna see that, in my opinion. But yeah, for all y'all that's in here, man, I appreciate y'all coming in here, chatting it up. Like, share, subscribe, share the video, hit the like button, the cash app at the bottom of the screen if you want to donate to the channel. And yeah, man, we freestyling at this point. We flying high and freestyling. And speaking of flying high, you know, the beauty of being a small little channel like mine is that you could literally fly high. So give me 1 second. I'll be right back. Oh, all right. Yeah, that's the beauty of being on a small little channel. You have a small little channel, you could do stuff that you can't do when you're monetized and all that. You can't have a drink, you can't smoke, you can't do a bunch of stuff. And Ben, to your point, if FBAs were to get a country, they would ruin it in 50 years, in my opinion. Yeah, they could get them a country, but how they gonna do business is my thing. You could get you a country, but if you don't have no industry, how you gonna get that country to run? You know what I'm saying? And that's my issue with the whole FBA thing. Like, you have no industry and no infrastructure for the stuff that you talking about. Yeah, we need our own stuff. We need to do this and we need to do that, but you don't own anything to do any of these things. Like, all you have is the labor. And some of y'all got the skill sets. You understand what I'm saying? There are plenty of FBAs out here with the skill sets to do some of this stuff. That ain't the issue, is the skill set. The problem is that you don't have the money. And it's just not enough for y'all. It's a numbers game at the end of the day, and they just don't have it. You don't have the numbers. There are more coons than there are FBAs. And as long as it stay like that, you're never gonna have like a real FBA thing like that. Because the coons outnumber the FBA. So until you deal with that, you don't even have the foundation to build on, because your own people are divided still. You have to unite the people first before you do anything. You know, you can't build something from a divide. Like, that shit ain't gonna work, at least not for a long period of time. It might work in the short term, but it ain't gonna work in the long term. A house divided don't never last long. Last time I checked. But you know, it is what it is. That's just, you know, me talking. It's my opinion. So on that front, it is what it is with the whole FBA thing. And in terms of the lineage thing, there's plenty of proof out here that there were, you know, non-African Black Americans in the Americas long before Christopher Columbus. There's proof of that. I've been on other panels. I have the link in my phone. You know what I mean? So I understand. I've researched this. You know, there were non-African black people in the Americas before Columbus got here. And if you want to dispute that, you could always look at the freaking geography. You know, when you live at or near the equator, you're gonna be of darker skin. That's just a fact. And yeah, that part, Randall, people, we gonna smoke. That part. And I think a lot of these athletes are smoking on the low, and they smoking on their off days. I'm not saying they getting high during the game or before the games, but they definitely are getting high. You know, I smoke weed, so I could look at a motherfucker and see that he's smoking. Yeah, because weed smokers know other weed smokers. That's just what it is. It's just like a crackhead know what another crackhead. You understand what I'm saying? Like, it's the same thing. They have a distinct look. A person who smokes weed has a distinct look to them. Just like a person who drinks have a distinct look to them. A drinker know another drinker when they see one, just like a smoker know another smoker when they see one. But again, you know, these are all just, you know, my opinions. I don't get to air my opinions much. I be on other people's panels arguing and, you know, debating and going through stuff. So I figured, you know, I'm going to have me a show, a nice little show, which I do every Saturday, by the way, and where I could have my say. And I don't got to worry about being dropped and being put in the back and, you know what I mean, because I disagree with what you talking about. You know what I mean? That's the beauty of, you know, having your own stream where you can say what you want and don't have to see. Like me, I'm fair. Like my link is posted at the top of the screen. You know, I pin my link so anybody could come up on the panel and give their opinion if they want to give their opinion. I ain't one of them people. I ain't fit to mute you. I ain't fit to like throw you in the back and all that other stuff. Because if you can't hear a person out, you understand what I'm saying? Then that tells me that you here just to push a narrative. Because if you're not here to push a narrative, you got to be able to take pushback, even on your own argument. Because you could be wrong. Nobody's 100% right all of the time. So yeah, I'm not that. I'm not gonna let you get all vulgar and crazy. I'm not gonna let you be disrespectful and all that. No, I ain't gonna do all that. But I will let you talk and give you your say. You know what I mean? I'm fair. I try to let you, you know, dig your own hole, basically. Okay, we nice and set up now, huh, Skywalker? Yeah. We got the mic, we got the t-shirt. You got your uniform on, got your earbud in. All you missing is the producer, the person in the back to give you your cue.
You the producer, host. Yeah, man. I was gonna cook me some like a little taco salad.
Right.
I had me a sandwich from yesterday. I forgot a public sandwich. I forgot I had that bitch in there.
So Scott Moore, let me ask you, what do you know how to cook?
Nothing. Spaghetti.
Are you serious?
Yeah. I used to be a cook. You hear what I said? I used to be a cook.
Really?
Yeah. I used to be a cook on the grill. But now I don't know how to cook shit. I forgot everything. But no, I don't know how to cook nothing. cook
So like
spaghetti.
the short order cook is what you used to do, like in the Waffle House, something like that.
No, I used to be a grill cook, like make steaks and stuff. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay. Where was
Steaks.
that? Like Golden Corral?
One was at Golden Corral. That was a long time ago. It went out like 18. But the last recent one was at a place called Salt Shack on the Bay. You know what I mean? It was they did a seafood, burger, steak, whatever. You know what I mean?
Okay, that's what's up. Let's see what Ben talking about. It says, "Can you join Bob and start giving a segment on his channel on weekdays because they have no one on in the days. Collaboration is key. 24/7 news cycle. BD, you're very knowledgeable. I appreciate that. And Bob got
Yeah.
some very knowledgeable people come on his panel too.
You
They
ever
just like
holler
to have fun
at
and cause chaos. That's all I do.
CT's about to start another one.
Yeah, he supposed to be having Andrew Wilson, Laputo, I think
Oh, Andrew
supposed to be
Wilson?
having.
Oh, he must be gonna keep this one going and then do the other one in 30 minutes.
Yeah, he supposed to be having him and Laputo, Andrew Wilson. You know, what I mean, I think he isn't he like a famous YouTuber, Andrew Wilson,
Yeah,
for like debating folks and stuff like that.
yeah, he's a famous debater. He debates Christian theology and stuff like that.
Oh, okay. So he's one of those guys that like, you know, getting into the religion and all that.
Yeah, and he likes to have them 304s up there, and you know what I mean. Tell them, which I see what he's doing, but I wouldn't waste my time with no damn 304s that don't want, you know what I mean. They want to be only fan models and shit, and you wasting your time with that. I wouldn't.
Yeah, I ain't got time for that either. Especially, I try to stay away from all the religious stuff.
The what?
The religious stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Because I noticed that, you know, the religious stuff tends to trigger people. And people get caught up in their emotions and stop making logical arguments when it comes to the religious stuff.
You don't tell me what you ain't telling me nothing I don't know because no. I was trying to have someone talk about it one day over there. No, I mean this was earlier on, and got mad. You know what I mean? Like, goddamn, you know what I'm saying? Shit, how are you gonna get mad with me? And I'm not. I don't even know what I'm doing. You know what I mean? Like with the debating and shit. And if you come up and someone wants to debate you, oh, that's what I don't talk about a religion. Well, you know, what's the use? I don't know. I understand why he's saying that, but I just.
Well, yeah. Well, you know, a lot of this is byproducts of you know what CT was doing. CT is pretty much the reason what made me think about starting to do a podcast. I'm like, this tether ass nigga could do one. I could do one too. You understand what I'm saying? And I don't have to have all the chaos and calamity that, you know, he do on his thing, but, you know, he do his thing at the end of the day. So I'm not mad at him at all. And Bob, the same way, you know, Bob, his chaos is a little bit more organized, but it's still chaos. You know what I mean? It's very entertaining. And, you know, I just want to be different. That's why I chose, you know, to do sports because that's my wheelhouse anyway. Like, I like to talk sports. And I watch all sports. Even the sports a lot of y'all don't watch. Like, one day I'm going to do a wrestling show for all, you know, all of us grown little kids who want to be 8 years old again, where I could talk about Hulk Hogan and Ric Flair and live out my nostalgia.
Yeah.
Yeah, one day. One day I'm going to do a wrestling show. Next year, I'm going to do a wrestling show. Because, you know, as little kids, we all watched wrestling as little kids. Ain't no little kid. None of y'all going to tell me I didn't watch wrestling as a little kid. None of y'all. For all of y'all did.
Steve Austin was the best wrestler.
I mean, he was good. I can't call him the best, though.
He was the GOAT.
Nah, not. I think Ric Flair is the GOAT, if you ask me. But everybody opinion different. Some people gonna say Stone Cold, some people gonna say The Rock, some people gonna say Hulk Hogan, some people gonna say Andre the Giant, or Sting. There's plenty of wrestlers to go around that you could give that, GOAT quality stuff to.
Yeah.
But for me, it'd have to be Ric Flair. Ric Flair could actually wrestle, and he gave by far the best promo. Nobody gave a better promo than Ric Flair. Nobody. Yep. Not Stone Cold, not The Rock, not nobody. Like Ric Flair at his peak. When it comes to promo, yeah. He was that dude. Hey, Skywalker, have you caught any of these bowl games? And are you ready for your Hurricanes in Ohio State?
That's the only game I caught.
Now I'm talking about the bowl games that's going on right now.
Oh, no. The game is on right now, too. You ain't going to watch it?
Yeah, you talking about the NFL game, the Texans, Chargers. Yeah, it just started.
I'll put that in the corner.
Yeah, that game just started. But yeah, you got all the other little bowl games going on. The Georgia Tech, BYU, that they playing right now. But again, nobody cares about those bowl games anymore. Why are you on here twice? You changing things real quick? Yeah, Ric Flair, he was the greatest promo in terms of doing promos. Ric Flair is the greatest I've ever seen when it comes to that. Yeah, Ric Flair promo was him. If Ric Flair's number one, I guess for me, Chris Jericho would be number two. And then you would have Stone Cold and The Rock and them guys. But those two guys, Ric Flair and Chris Jericho, in terms of like doing the promo, the actual talk. Oh, don't let me leave out CM Punk. CM Punk is a fucking monster too on the promo shit. I don't want to leave CM Punk out there like that because he's really good too. But for me, yeah, it'd be Ric Flair, Chris Jericho. Like those two dudes know how to give a fucking promo. Yeah. So is that a hybrid you got there, sir?
I don't know. I'm about to hit it and tell you. I just got it. I think it's the same thing we got last time. I try to spread it, you know what I mean? But there's one dude I've been getting the shit from, right? When I tell you that shit's been tasting nasty, and usually he has gas too, you know what I mean?
Right.
And now lately it's just been like, oh man, I don't want that shit. You know what I mean? I keep on waiting weak and then trying you out again, and then next thing you know, this bullshit again. You know what I mean? I want it, man.
And what I know about North Texas, I got to see one of their games this year about North Texas, but they play San Diego State. I think it's the New Mexico Bowl they playing tonight. North Texas. And yeah, I think they're going to have a couple of dudes that get to the NFL too. North Texas. To answer your question. And the list was funny by Jericho. Yeah, Chris Jericho was that guy. Especially when it comes to like doing the promos. Like Jericho, him, CM Punk, they right there. But Ric Flair is, in my opinion, Ric Flair is the greatest when it comes to that.
Rock used to do it. Rock used to do his thing.
Yeah, The Rock, Stone Cold, listen, all of them make cut.
Oh man, you leaving out Eddie Guerrero and them though, man. Come on, man. You can't leave him out.
I left out a lot of people.
Damn.
You know what I mean? But
they used to come in with the 6'4".
Yeah, you had a lot of people that cut really good promos. You understand what I'm saying? But I think Ric Flair was the best out of all of them. Like Ric Flair, every promo he cut was classic. Like you could take something out of every Ric Flair promo and make it something else. Like, yeah, Ric Flair was he was just a genius at it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Eddie Guerrero was pretty good too with the lying, the cheating, the stealing. Yeah, that gimmick went forth for him. And I used to hear people say that on the street too. So you know when you hear it in the street that it done graduated, it done went far.
Yeah. We lie. We
When you
cheat.
start to hear
We
that stuff in the
steal.
streets.
That was that gas. Wrestling used to be good, but then it turned bullshit. I mean, like real, but I don't know. It was
Well,
more of a
actually,
show.
it is more of a show now, but wrestling is starting to make a comeback, Skywalker. Like you're starting to see the reset button in pro wrestling now, where the wrestlers are getting younger. A lot of these guys now that's coming up, they're in their 20s. You understand what I'm saying? All of the older folks that we grew up watching, well, I won't say I was grown already, but folks like the Randy Orton and Batista, Triple H, and those guys, right? New DX, Shawn Michaels, those guys are gone now. It's a whole new thing. John Cena was pretty much the last of them. And now that he gone, you know what I'm saying? Like now it's all pretty much all new dudes.
Yeah.
Pretty much in their 20s. I think CM Punk is like the last one left of the old guard. Early 2000s, late 90s, early 2000s. You have CM Punk and you have if you know about AEW, you have Samoa Joe.
Nope. Never watched AAW.
Oh,
Ones
you
I
never
used to
watched
watch is
you've never
nope,
watched AEW?
UFC, nope, UFC, WW, WWF, and then WWE.
Yeah, and then you got Cody Rhodes, right? Cody
You
Rhodes.
WCW,
He's
WCW too.
pretty up there too. Even though he looks
Also
young, Cody
UFC.
Rhodes is like almost 50.
Yeah, I know Cody. Yeah, Cody Rhodes. Yeah, he's old as hell.
Yeah, Cody Rhodes been doing it a long, long time, like almost 25 years.
I'm glad John Cena did retired, and now the Rock needs to retire. All these old people need to retire and let the new people come in. Even if you got shit, you got like people like Jake Paul, Logan Paul making boxing good again and shit like that. Well, I don't know.
Well, actually, Logan Paul is actually a really decent wrestler, believe it or not, and
Yeah,
he's an
that's what I'm
athlete
saying.
for real. Like that dude is really athletic, Logan Paul.
Oh, I know I brought him up for a reason, right? He's trying to call out Patty Bamlett. You know who that
Patty
is?
who?
Patty, Pamlet. They
No,
call
I've
him
never heard of him.
Patty the Baddie Pamlet. He's a Irish dude. He fights in UFC.
Oh, okay.
Dude's a beast. Look him up. If you see how he fights, man, the white dude's a monster, right? But then he got out of shape and he quit. You know what I'm saying? Then or whatever. But then he got back in shape. He got real fat. Now Logan Paul's trying to call him out. A
Okay, while
UFC
he's
fight.
fat and out of shape, huh? So he could take
No, he
advantage of
ain't
it.
he ain't he ain't fat and out of shape no more.
Oh, he
But he's
got back in
calling him
shape.
out, right? Yeah, and he's calling him out. And Patty Bamlet, you know what I'm saying? When he I think it's Pamlet or Bamlet. I forgot how to say his last name. But he did an interview asking, he said he'll break his leg in 3, 4 different places, tear his ligament, everything. He said he ain't gonna fuck around with him like that because he ain't on that playing shit. You know what I mean? This is real. I get you just gotta look at it. Look it up and you'll see what I'm talking about. The
Right.
white dude's a beast. He hasn't fought in the UFC for a while, but he's a beast.
Oh yeah, okay. I go look him up. Yeah, I don't know what the Rock daughter gonna do though. She's been in NXT, just kind of been in there, just kind of in and out on the NXT thing. Right now, the Rock's daughter I'm talking about. But I don't know what she's
I
gonna
didn't know
do
she,
right now. She's probably still a couple more years away. The
I
Rock's
didn't know
daughter.
she was trying to wrestle.
Yeah, she's in NXT, the Rock daughter. She's not
Damn, they got a
wrestling
lot of
there.
time.
She's like the GM of NXT, the Rock's daughter. She plays
Oh, so
general
she's
manager
gonna be
role, like how Stephanie
she's
McMahon
gonna,
used to do back in the
yeah, I'm about
day.
to say she's gonna be like Stephanie McMahon.
Yeah, that's what the Rock daughter do in NXT.
Yeah,
So
I know.
in
That's
terms
right.
of
What's
like
the
wrestling,
score?
even Stephanie jumped her ass into the ring a couple of times. So like
Yeah,
It's only a matter of time before the Rock daughter actually jump into the ring, because we can't see how good they really are until we see them in the ring. And yeah, she is very pretty, but she's a baby to me, so I don't look at her like. But yeah, she is very pretty.
That's crazy.
She got that Samoan and white.
I guess
so.
following she's following the daddy's way, so ain't nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, ain't nothing wrong with that. Wrestling is a generational thing anyway.
Yep.
A lot of these people are third and fourth generation wrestlers to begin with.
Yeah.
Remember Cody Rhodes is Dusty Rhodes' son, and Mike Rotunda and the Wyatts, all those that's his sons, and Braun Breaker is Rick Steiner's son, and a lot of the whole Samoan, all of them are related. All the Samoans, the Roman Reigns, and
they all related to The Rock, right?
Yeah, not just The Rock.
They're all related to The Rock.
To each other. Yeah, they're all related to each other and The Rock.
But what I'm saying is, but The Rock came in way before him. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, The Rock was there first. He's
all
there
of
before.
them dudes. Yeah,
he's there.
I think he brought him in. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
like what you said. It's like it's generational, whatever you call it.
Yeah, and it wasn't just The Rock. You got to remember The Rock had cousins that he was with fighting. That was his generation. Rikishi, Yokozuna, Umaga. You understand what I'm saying? Those are all The Rock's, big cousins.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm about to say that. I was about to say they I forgot about because he went into football, then he went into wrestling after he didn't make it.
But his cousins were in wrestling before all that. Yokozuna was there before The Rock.
Yeah, I remember that. That's what I'm saying. His cousins were there, and he was in football. And then, whatever, he got older, he got out of football, whatever, then he came, okay.
Yeah,
damn, it's like nostalgic, you know what I mean? Not nostalgic, but...
it's a lot of them. The Samoan contingent, the Samoan contingent, it's a lot of them. Like a lot, they had a lot of kids, and their kids just kept wrestling. So now they're in like their fifth or sixth, almost their fifth generation. Because if we take it all the way back, right? If you remember the Wild Samoans, you might be old enough to remember the Wild Samoans. The Wild Samoans were a tag team in the old WWF. You understand what I'm saying? Then they were called the Head Shrinkers came later, but that was the Wild Samoan kids. That was Ming and somebody else, the Head Shrinkers. But yeah, the Wild Samoans, Sophie and Afa, I think their name was. They the ones who started the whole Samoan dynasty. It was them and Rocky Johnson, because that's the Rock father. Rocky Johnson is the Rock father.
Yeah,
he was a wrestler too.
Do you think that Hardy Boys aren't gonna have any kids or any family in the I like them two. They were raw. Them two with the one chick, what's the name? Trish, what's the name? What's the one that she was with?
Yeah, I think it was Jeff Hardy that fucked with Lita.
Right. That's what it was. The other tag team girls, yeah. That's what it was.
Yeah, but I don't know if they had any kids. I don't know if the Hardys had any kids. Hey, Ink, what's good with you, bro? I felt bad for you last Sunday watching Tampa blow that game in Carolina. Man.
Carolina is leading. Carolina is in the lead in y'all's division. That's crazy.
Yeah, I know that was rough to watch that.
That's crazy.
Baker gave that game away, bro. He threw that pick at the end in a throw that he wasn't supposed to make. Like, I don't know what he was thinking.
He zagged when he should have zagged.
Yeah, I don't know what the hell was
on his mind. You ain't been talking about Shador's trash ass, though. You ain't been talking about Shador's trash ass.
Look, Shador gonna be fine. Shador just on a bad team. He just on a bad team.
I just want to know why they weren't saying this. And I'm not a Dylan Gabriel fan. I'm a Cam Ward fan if I had a quarterback in this draft. But why wasn't this same being said when Dylan Gabriel was out there? Dylan Gabriel was trash, this and that, all this, you know what I mean? Come on, man. I need a shot.
Skywalker, you already know the answer to that. They wasn't trying to give Dylan
That's
Gabriel
why I don't like Bryce James.
time of day.
That's why I don't like Hey, that's why I like. That's why I don't like Ronnie. You know what I mean? That's why I don't like Ronnie.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know I'm a Brown fan, but I don't like that because they try to force him on you. You know what I mean?
Right.
Instead of doing like Steph Curry and them come up and earn that shit, they try to force. Now he is getting better a little bit. Yeah, I can give
Yeah,
him that,
Bronny
but
getting better. He's making incremental steps, but not no
I
big,
like Bryce.
huge leap.
I
I
like,
like Bryce is the one. Bryce
but
is the one.
they've been sitting him in a couple of the games and shit. I don't know why.
Listen, Bryce is the one at the end of the day because he's gonna have the size. See, Bronny's never gonna have the size to like really be dominant like that. He'll be an okay NBA player, but he ain't never
Imagine
gonna
if
be an
Bryce.
all-star or nothing like that. Where Bryce, on
Imagine,
the other hand,
listen.
he got the potential to be a star.
Imagine if Bryce is a Imagine if Bryce fit in the image of his dad with a better dribble and a better shot. Oh my
He's gonna be
goodness.
unstoppable if it's like that. Listen, if Bryce come into the league with a jump
Your
shot
number
today,
was
people,
17, right? He's 16.
he's
What is he?
nothing but
16 or
17. Right,
17?
16, 17. Listen, if
And
Bryce
he's what,
come into the
6'6"
league
already? He's like six
already,
six, right?
yeah, already
17.
at 16,
He's still got he's still got at least 7 more years to grow.
8 years, right? About 8 years till he's
I
24.
said, well, I say 24. 20, yeah, I say 24. Oh, yeah, 8 years. Yeah, I'm tripping. Well, seven
Yeah, he
more years.
got
He's
to about
17.
24.
7 more years. Yeah.
Listen, if Bryce come into the league with a jump shot already, you can forget it. People forget as much as I'm a LeBron fan, but LeBron didn't have a jump shot when he first came into the NBA. He had to get to the rim. He ain't have a jump shot like
No,
that.
and it's a shooter's game now.
You understand what I'm saying? So if Bryce come
Hey, they
into
couldn't stop
the game
him,
and he already got a
BD.
shot, oh, you
BD.
can forget.
They couldn't stop him though, BD.
No, I
BD, they
mean they
couldn't
can't
stop him though.
listen. Zion Williamson
Yeah.
don't got a jump shot either. Neither do Giannis, right? And they can't stop them still, right? They can't stop. They don't have nothing for Zion when he's healthy. They
Hey
definitely
man,
don't
I
have
seen
nothing
that
for
goddamn
Giannis.
Victor, right? Hey, I seen Victor take like 3 steps from the half court, damn near half court, and like I think he dunked it or laid it up, something like that. That was crazy to see that
Oh
shit.
yeah, Victor. Listen, you
Motherfucker took
see
like
they
three
bringing Victor.
steps.
They playing Wemby off the bench. They not even starting him. They're playing Wemby off of the bench, which is crazy work.
That's actually really smart.
Yeah, it saves Wemby strength and it saves his minutes too. It is smart to bring him off the bench.
It pulls out their second line against Wemby.
Right, which is a
Even if
mismatch
he
all
has to
day
play,
long.
even if he has to play the first line for a few minutes, he's gonna wear them out.
Right. Yeah, ain't nothing you doing with Wemby. And in terms of Melo Jr., you talking about Kyan Anthony. Kyan Anthony is good right now. He's
How's the
not
setup?
NBA ready though.
How's
I'm
the setup
talking.
look, BD?
Oh yeah, I like it. I love the mic. Your
How's the
mic
sound?
blowing
Sound
and
all
all,
right? Am I
and all
crisp for you?
type of stuff. Yeah, I
I
love
could
the
change.
microphone.
I could change the colors on it too.
Oh yeah, yeah, that's cool. I love the mic that it glow and all that. I think that's super cool. And yeah, Cooper Flag is beginning to bust ass, Ben. Yeah, Cooper Flag is starting to find himself.
Hey, made history. He made history the other night.
Right, he scored more than 25
First
points in
rookie,
Christmas
first
Day.
in. Yeah, but something else. I forgot. No, he scored like 40 or something like that, or 50. I forgot what it was. It was like a couple
Yeah,
nights ago. He scored
yeah,
like
Cooper
he
Flag
did
is
something.
starting
And
to
they
find
said
himself.
yeah,
Yeah, he's definitely
they better
starting to
watch
find
out.
himself. And yeah, and Cooper
Yeah, they
Flag
better
already
watch
got the
out.
size. And you know what? Cooper Flag is going to still be growing. Next year, Cooper Flag probably going to be like
If it lets
6'10".
me right now,
If he have another
Yep.
growth spurt, he already 6'7", 6'8" now. He
flashing red
only
when they're
18. So you know he's going to grow some more.
Hmm.
Yeah, when he's going to be like 6'10", Cooper Flag. And you come back, bro. But yes, Cooper Flag going to be crazy. If he gained 2 more inches, you can forget it. What you going to do with him?
The White was.
He got to work on his midi some more though. His midi not polished like how it should be. But then again, he's 18, so I can't really like get on him. He's still killing at 18. He's 18. He's a kid. Giving, putting up 44 on grown men. So just that in itself, Dallas going to be dangerous when Kyrie come back. When Kyrie come back and they get a healthy Anthony Davis to go with Cooper Flag, yeah, that's going to be different. Yeah, that's going to be very
There's
different.
someone talking about the Lakers the other day, right?
They look bad
And
right
how,
now.
Yeah, and how they said they're working for the future and they got AR on the damn bench.
Yeah,
You
AR
understand
hurt
that?
though. He has a strained calf. He's going to be out for a month.
Oh, the way they motherfucker made it seem like they just got him, they just sat him down for no reason.
Nah, he's hurt.
Because last time I checked, when them three are healthy, all three of them are on the court.
Yeah.
Starting out.
Yeah, starting out. Yeah, he's going to be gone at least a month though. Austin
He
Reeves
played a couple games injured too, didn't he?
Yeah, he tried to play through the injury. He came back too quick, and he restrained his calf. That's why they're going to sit him out now for like a month because he came back too fast, and he wasn't the same. So now he's going to sit out for like a month, maybe a month and a half. But the Lakers' problem ain't the offense. They could score points. The Lakers' problem is they don't play no defense.
Mm-hmm.
And, Luka is not the defensive, he's not great defensively like that. So if he's not scoring points,
the last
he's
big
a
man
liability for you on defense.
The last real big man in the league, they traded away. Anthony Davis is the last real big man in the league. You hear me?
You must not. Have you watched any Pelican games this year, Skywalker?
Nope.
Okay, well, there's a dude on the Pelicans. His name is Derek Queen, and he's a for real big man too, if you ask me. And the dude on Houston, Singuna, he's a real big man too, if you ask me.
Alprin Sengun.
Yeah, Sengun.
Damn, I forgot his name. I forgot how you say it.
Sengun or something.
Yeah,
but he can play.
Sengun. You said that right, but the first name is like Alprin or damn, I forgot his name. He balling.
Yeah, he get right.
What is
All over the.
What is Jaime Jaquez been doing?
Not nothing that's spectacular.
He showed out last year.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, the premier center in the league is still Joker. At the end of the day, he's the premier center. Embiid just came back last night and got dunked on.
Embiid is.
Embiid, I can't say Embiid trash. He has an MVP, so he's not trash. He just fragile.
Damn, that don't mean shit.
After his injury, he never came back the same, bro.
MVP don't mean shit. You know what I mean? I hate people. That's why I don't think they should get paid until they're end of their career.
Yeah. Good luck with doing that shit.
Man.
Playing basketball before if you ain't.
You know how much? Listen, bro. If you look at the YouTubers nowadays and look at the views that they be getting, they get good views. You know what I mean? Like, man, like if they start doing some shit like that, and you know what I'm saying, man, shit. Man, these people ain't gonna want to see these people no more.
And
I'm getting tired of them.
I'm
getting tired of them.
Dallas could have paid Jalen Brunson, but Jalen Brunson and Luka Doncic are kind of like the same kind of player, and both of them need the ball, so they wouldn't have been able to coexist together.
Well, I know I wouldn't do something. If I was these owners, they got them. Okay. These people making money.
Are similar, so they wouldn't have been able to coexist together. Jalen Brunson and Luka Doncic, when both of them was on Dallas at the same time, like they both need the ball. So, like if you take the ball away from them, it kind of hurts them. So that's why they had to break them up. And besides, I'm happy. Listen, Jalen Brunson's the best thing that ever happened to the New York Knicks.
I can't go for that. Yeah, I mean, yeah, for you, you like it because you're a New York kid, but New York Nick, but I can't go for that. Look at over there right now. Kyrie and Cooper Flag. Them two are winding up gonna need the ball. You know what I mean? All the time. Shit,
Well,
it's
here's the
happened
thing.
before.
Once Kyrie get healthy, the Dallas Mavericks become a very dangerous team. Once Kyrie get healthy, because now you can't just focus on Cooper Flag and Anthony Davis no more. Because Kyrie, out of everybody, he's probably the best one-on-one basketball player in the NBA. When it comes to just one-on-one, who you know can stay in front of Kyrie on the defensive end?
None. He just be playing too much. Know what I mean? He likes the toy with the people in front of him sometimes.
Yeah, Kyrie play with his food. But you know, that's the street shit in him. Yeah, he play with his food, but can't nobody really stay in front of him like that. Not for real. His dribble is too crazy. I've never seen Kyrie get ripped.
Yeah,
When the last time you ever seen Kyrie get cookied, just straight up cookied? Right? You don't see that shit. Like, that's rare. Everybody in basketball gets ripped. I've seen LeBron get ripped. You understand what I'm saying? I've seen Steph get ripped.
Yep.
Like clean ripped. But I've never seen Kyrie Irving get clean ripped ever. And
Yeah,
that's the problem with AD.
MJ get ripped too. I seen MJ get ripped too.
Right. You've seen a lot of people get ripped. I've never seen Kyrie get ripped. Not cleanly. I ain't never seen nobody just cleanly cookie Kyrie. Like the boy handles is just insane. But yeah, AD would be a monster if AD could stay healthy, but AD can't never stay healthy. Never. And the one year he did say stay healthy is, the chip that nobody likes to count, the bubble ring. That was the one year Anthony Davis was able to stay healthy, the year the Lakers won the ring in the bubble.
No, a lot of these damn players saying that was one of the hardest whatchamacallits to go through championships.
Oh yeah, the bubble stuff, yeah, because you was isolated. And you was playing in front
everybody talking about it. Oh, that should have an asterisk. It should have an asterisk.
Not real fans.
It should have an asterisk. Asterisk. Man, shut up.
But a championship is a championship, regardless of how you got that championship. It's a championship.
Yeah, we almost.
They don't want to take. If that's the. Hey, if that's the case, you know what I'm saying? The one when LeBron lost Kyrie and Kevin Love, that should have aspects by that too, right? Right? I'm just saying. I
don't think that will have an asterisk
reality,
because it was in front of people. It wasn't no special circumstance like the bubble was.
I even go further. The Golden State lost to Raptors. Asterisk. No, you think so?
Why? Because Clay got hurt and
Clay and Steph was hurt.
Durant.
And Durant, Steph, everyone heard that. Durant, Clay, all of them got hurt.
Yeah, they all got hurt. Right.
Asterisk that one. You know what I mean? I'm not biased, bro. You know what I mean? We're gonna asterisk everything. We're gonna go through and asterisk some shit. You feel me?
We got asterisk line by line, asterisk some shit.
Yeah, we can ask for some of them fucking three-peats that Jordan had if you want to say something about it. You know what I mean? Because let's go. You know what I'm saying?
Which one would you asterisk out of the
all of them? All of them, because
listen,
all of them,
the 72
Scotty was there.
Team, there wasn't nobody beating that 72 and 10 Bull team. Wasn't nobody beating them. I don't care. Wasn't nobody beating them. That first ring of the second three-peat.
I know they talking shit in the chat right now about
wasn't nobody fucking with them. That 72 and 10 Bull team, that's probably the greatest NBA team ever. And they won the chip. Wasn't nobody really messing with them. I take that 96 Bull team against any team you throw at me.
I'm here, y'all.
Yeah,
Ain't going
any
nowhere. I
team
got
you
it.
throw at me, I will take the 96 Bulls.
14 nothing, y'all. 14 nothing. 14 nothing. Let's go.
You talking
I don't
about
know
the
why.
Texan game?
Yeah, it's 14 nothing. Houston got the ball now. I think so. Houston got the ball back.
And they got the ball already. Hold on.
Yeah, Stroud had 2 touchdowns in the first 5 minutes.
And they got the ball back. That's crazy. Or they might be kicking it off.
We go check that out real quick. Beauty of Stream Easy. You can do it in real time. But yeah, in terms of that, I see the asterisk. That 72-10 Jordan team. I don't think there is an asterisk for that. They were just dominant, and wasn't nobody gonna really beat
I'm just
them.
saying, like that. I get tired of this narrative of the only one in history that should ever have an asterisk got to be put with LeBron's name because of bubble. You know what I mean? Everybody talking about everybody that played in it talking about how hard it was. Now the people on the outside, just because they you see where I'm coming from?
Right. Now I
That's all
dig
I'm
it.
saying.
Listen, the bubble, people want to have issues with the bubble because of how it was played, but listen, they still want to ring at the end of the day. It still counts.
Listen, people had a problem because of who it was. Let's keep it real. You know what I mean? If it was been anybody else that won that goddamn thing, if LeBron would have lost in that damn bubble, people would have been clowning him, laughing at him, and they would have they would you know what I mean? Like, come on, man. They need nah.
Well, it was the
They
one
only tried
time
to
the
beat 'em.
Lakers beat Denver was in the bubble because they've struggled with the Nuggets since the bubble.
Yeah.
They beat Miami in the bubble too.
Yeah, they beat Miami in the bubble too. Yeah, that's how they won the championship. They beat Miami. And poor Jimmy Butler, like he seems to be different on Golden State. He's not the same Jimmy Butler he was on Miami, that's for sure.
No,
At least I don't
I think there's
so.
too many conflicting personalities.
I think he's still trying to get antiquated with Steph, like, and Draymond, like trying to fit in. I think he's not being able to play his game like he should be able to play his game because of that. That's just my personal opinion, but I think Jimmy Butler, Golden State, it fit him last year for what they were trying to do, but I think overall Jimmy Butler don't fit good on Golden State.
No,
I think he
Man,
fits
shooters,
much
they
better
need
on
number
the Heat.
until Steph leave, they need number shooters over there. Number shooters and passers.
they're in such a
Know what I
decline
mean?
right now.
That's it.
Yeah, Golden State is missing another shooter. They missing another
And
knockdown
and
shooter.
see and if they ain't got someone like Draymond over there, then they dead. They all the way dead. You know what I mean? Like them, you know what I mean? Like they have to have Draymond to put a batter in their back. Nah, they
Well, my
trash.
thing is Draymond is limited to what he could do on the offensive end. Like he's a great, facilitator and all that stuff, but you could just leave Draymond open all day and just take your chances. Now, if he hitting the shot, then you in trouble. But 9 times out of 10, he ain't gonna be hitting the shot like that. And Jamal Murray, Ben, to your point, I love Jamal Murray. I think Jamal Murray is a beast. His issue is like with a lot of players, he just can't stay healthy long enough. And they wasting Joker prime right now with him not being able to stay healthy. You wasting Joker's prime years right now. Like Jamal Murray, I'm talking about, by not being able to stay healthy. Because when he healthy, you already see they capable of winning a chip. The two of them, when they healthy, they done proved that already that they could win you a chip when both of them are healthy. Now Joker don't never get hurt. You notice that? Joker never gets hurt.
Yeah. Mhm.
As big as slow moving Joker may be, Joker is very durable and he don't ever get hurt. Where
Yeah.
Jamal Murray
Hey,
can't stay
BD.
healthy to save his
Hey,
life.
BD. Hey,
Yeah.
man, appreciate you for having me up. I don't know if you
Oh
ever
yeah, for
see me.
sure.
I'm up there. Okay. I gotta go get dressed. No, not dressed, but take shower and get, you know what I'm saying, do the thing, get ready for tonight.
Oh yeah, for sure. Thank you for
I'll holler
coming
at
on,
you. If you
Skywalker.
come that way, I'll holler at you.
Oh
Great
yeah, for
show.
sure.
Nice having you up. Hey man, y'all come on. Y'all spread the word. You know what I'm saying? BD, Big Dog Sports. Y'all come on and help them out. You know what I'm saying? Get them up some viewers, get them up to subscribers. You know what I'm saying? Y'all help them get monetized. We can get them super chats coming in, man. Um,
Yeah, that'd be real nice to
appreciate
get
you.
some
Like
super chat.
always. You know what I'm saying? Great show. I'll
All
holler
right,
at you later.
appreciate you, Skywalker.
All
I'll see you in a
righty.
little while.
All right, Sky.
So, Ink, what do you think about the game so far? About the Texans and Chargers?
Yeah, I think the Chargers need to straighten their defense out and stop letting these long bombs.
Yeah, they are giving up the deep ball a lot.
And they also need to start getting the ball moving down the field.
Yeah, the
Chargers are
Chargers
looking
look
really bad right
sluggish for a playoff team. They look, like they walking to sleep at the switch right now. Yeah, they look really flat.
now. Yeah,
Chargers
it's
right
not,
now.
definitely not the team to bet on today.
Right, that part. Yeah, he not
But
hurt
you
right
never
now. I
know.
mean, in terms of Jamal Murray, he just don't stay healthy long enough for Denver, to do anything. Like he get hurt at critical periods of time. Like, and that's my thing. Like, you can't be getting hurt at critical periods of time. Like, Chris Paul had that same issue. Chris Paul, he would be healthy all regular season, and then the playoffs come when you actually need him to be around, and then he fuck around and get hurt.
Yeah.
Jamal Murray has that same issue. Like when he's not hurt, Denver is dangerous when he's not hurt. When he not hurt, Denver could fuck around win a ring.
Yeah, they're a championship team.
Yeah, they're a championship team when Murray is healthy. And San Antonio is exposing OKC right now. They don't seem to have nothing for the Spurs. OKC, they beating on everybody else, but they can't seem to solve the riddle of Wembanyama.
I don't think anybody can solve that riddle.
Yeah, I don't think anybody can either. This Wemby's just a whole nother. He's on a whole nother thing, Wemby. Like
He's out rebounding everybody. The biggest thing with him is keeping him out of the paint, having a
Right.
3-point somebody that can shoot on him.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Is if you get Wemby in the paint, game over. As soon as he step in the paint, you're fucked. Pretty
There's nothing you
much.
can do.
Yeah, you get Wemby in the paint. There's nothing you could do. You're fucked at that point. I think
you
the
can
best thing
foul,
to do
but
is
I
just
mean,
let him
you can
shoot
foul, but
threes.
he's just gonna drop it in.
Right. If I'm teams, I force Wembanyama to the 3-point line and just force him to shoot threes. Because
Yeah,
if
I'd
he
keep
get
him out. I'd keep
anywhere
him.
near the paint, you're fucked.
I'd keep him mid range and out by the perimeter for sure.
Yeah, that I agree with that, Ben. If Chris Paul could have stayed healthy with Houston with prime James Harden, they would have beat Golden State eventually. Maybe not 2016 and 17, but it was coming because Durant wasn't going to be there to save them.
Golden State was cheat code in those years.
I mean, they were OP with Durant there. Once you bring Kevin Durant there and you put him with Clay and Steph and Draymond, that was just too much. It killed the parity. Like you knew they were going to win. Like it killed the parity when you added Durant to that particular team. And then all of them were in their primes too. Yeah, wasn't nothing you were going to do with them. Not
that
for
Brooklyn
real.
team was hilarious when everybody went to Brooklyn and they sucked.
Yeah, they went to Brooklyn and did nothing. You had Kyrie, James Harden, and Kevin Durant on the same team. And they never got to play together because they could never stay healthy long enough to play together.
And then
I think they might have played 3 times together the whole 3 years they had that experiment.
And they conflicted each other every time they played.
They experimented with that, and in all 3 years, they could never be on the floor at the same time, ever. It was a very weird dynamic that you had over there, that you couldn't get all of them to just be together and stay, you know what I mean, together, healthy
Yeah,
at the same time.
everybody's trying to recreate that Miami Heat team.
Yeah, it ain't going to be done, though.
No.
I think OKC is the team that got the best formula. You play everybody and you rotate your guys and you keep your people, your stars, your Chet Holmgrens and your SGAs. You just limit their minutes to 25, 30 minutes a game and save them for when the playoffs come.
If your backup players are scoring points, that's just less stress that's going on your first run.
That's a good question, Ben. And if I had to choose, I would think Indiana's quarterback Mendoza would be the first round draft pick.
Number one.
That's what I'm thinking. Mendoza from Indiana would be the first round draft pick. Either him or the dude on Ohio State, the defensive dude, number 3. The safety dude on Ohio State is going to be one of those two who will be the number 1 pick, in my opinion. Yeah, but the DeAndre Jordan was well past his prime by the time he got to Brooklyn. DeAndre Jordan's just a shell of what he was. Like, he wouldn't have made a difference. The problem with the Brooklyn team is Ben Simmons. Like, Ben Simmons didn't want to fucking play. And if Ben Simmons would have wanted to play, that would have changed the whole dynamic of that Brooklyn team. But, Ben Simmons just, I don't know. He was on a whole nother fucking world, that dude.
Yeah, because they could have actually had somebody to play everybody if he would have just stepped his shit up.
Right, Ben Simmons, but he can
defend point guards.
I forgot what team Ben Simmons on now. I think he on the Clippers. That's the team he on. Ben Simmons, he played for the Clippers.
Is he at the Clippers? I remember
he come off the bench on the Clippers.
Orlando for a while, wasn't he?
Yeah, he's on the Clippers. Ben Simmons. He come off the bench for them. But yeah, Ben Simmons, he has so much promise, so much potential. And I think that playoff series with the Atlanta Hawks, that ruined him.
Oh, yeah, bro.
Yeah, I think that playoff series that they lost to the Hawks, that ruined him mentally, and he's never recovered from that. In my opinion, I think Embiid hasn't really recovered from that either.
No, he's basically in a.
I think that series did.
No, Embiid hasn't been the same since he got injured. I don't think he'll ever be.
Yeah, I don't think Joel's never going to be the same Embiid we seen win MVP. He's never going to be that. No. I think if Philly's smart, they do what San Antonio doing with Wemby and just bring Embiid off the bench.
That would be.
I think they could save Embiid's career if they bring him off the bench. And just give the keys to Maxey. Just give the keys to Maxey. You got Paul George still there. He's still serviceable.
They can play him for shorter amounts of time and shorter bursts too.
Yeah. You bring Embiid off the bench and you let him play like second quarter, a little of the third quarter, and then most of the fourth quarter. Let him close the game for you. You understand what I'm saying? I wouldn't even play Embiid in the first quarter. I wouldn't bring Embiid into the game until like midway second quarter.
I might play him for a few minutes in the first, just to warm him up.
Okay, that worked too. You warm him up. Maybe the first, or maybe mid first quarter, you bring him in for a couple of minutes, then take him back out, play him. Most of the the beginning of the second quarter. You know what I mean? Take him back out, and then you have him for the second half. You play him. You know what I mean? 5 minutes, 6 minutes in the third quarter, and then let him play all the fourth quarter.
Yeah, or play him accordingly how the game's going. Because if you're blowing a team out, you don't want to.
You don't need to play him at all, right? Oh, okay. Ben Vincent. I thought he was on the Clippers the last time I checked. Ben
Where's
Simmons.
he at?
He said Ben Simmons is fishing. He ain't on nobody roster.
Wasn't he with Orlando before?
I had to check and see. I like I said, I last remember him being on the Clippers. But I'm about to find out right now where exactly Ben Simmons is.
Yeah. Chargers can't move the ball.
Yeah,
Looks
they
like,
look bad right now. And this is
looks
a
like
whole playoff
Houston
team.
Houston stalled at 14, but that's good.
Yeah, the Chargers, they're going to have to do better than this. And, I thought Harbaugh would, but, the Chargers, they're missing a lot of their offense. They're missing both of their tackles, too, right now.
Yeah, they're missing a lot of people off both their lines, their offensive line and defensive line.
Yeah, they are missing both their tackles. So,
and you've
it's gonna
seen what
be a
that
little
did to
different.
us when we were missing people like off of our lines.
Right.
We collapsed.
Go ahead, Brooke, if you're going past.
Tampa just totally collapsed this season.
Yeah. I mean, I can't put it all on Baker Mayfield. The
It's
Mike
not.
Evans injury did a lot.
The defensive
them
injury.
losing Mike Evans, that hurt them. And the defensive injuries was a lot too. That take a toll on you.
Okay.
Yeah, because you can score 35 points, but if the other team scores 36, you lose.
That part.
Coaching wasn't too good this year either. I didn't like a lot of the coaching, and the referees, the calling on all these games has been atrocious.
Well, tell me, as a coach, if you was their coach, what would you have done different? Even dealing with the injuries and all that, what do you think could have been done differently that they failed to do?
I think it falls on the whole coaching staff. I think it goes on the offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator, the play callers, all of them. I'm not just going to single out Bowles.
I'm just saying, what
but
would
what
you
I
have
would
done
have done,
differently, though?
I would have kept since our run game was still decent. I would have kept our game on the ground because a lot of our games were lost by stupid interceptions.
Right. That
So I
last
would
game
have
was
kept my game
definitely
on the
a bad
ground.
throw.
I would have let Baker cook a little bit whenever he needed to, but I would have kept the game on the ground. I would have probably looked for a couple more people before the trade deadline because we were really hurt by then. Instead, we didn't pick up anybody.
Right. Yeah, the Bucks did nothing during the trade deadline.
What else would I have done? I can't say nothing about the special teams in the beginning was really bad.
Right. But that improved over the weeks, though.
Yeah.
That's
We
the
didn't-
one
we
thing. Tampa special teams weren't that bad at the end of the year at all.
But losing our, top edge rushers and stuff like that really hurt us.
Yeah. I think you can say the same thing for Detroit. The Lions,
Oh,
the
absolutely.
defensive injuries really killed them. Like, really killed them.
And it's like, people are going to get hurt, but it's when they get hurt. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, key times. Yeah. Sometimes it's not about the injury, it's when the injury occurs.
Yeah, because we started out 6-1, and everybody just started getting injured, and we just dropped like flies. Everybody was
Right.
dropping like flies, and so was our standings.
Yeah. Because they did come out hot, the Bucks. But, football, I never want to see a team get hot in September. I always want to see a team get hot in December.
Exactly.
So if my team is doing good at the beginning of the year, I kind of look at it as a red flag, like, oh, how long can you sustain that? You understand what I'm saying? Because I don't like it when my team gets hot at the beginning of the year, because that means they're going to fail at the end of the year.
Yeah, there's always the chance.
And as for the 49ers, I'm not the big 49er fan, but they would be dumb not to keep Ayuk. They need to keep Ayuk and freaking Brandon Jennings or Jawan Jennings, excuse me. They need to keep both of them. If I'm the 49ers, I try if anybody I would cut, it would be Kittle. And the reason why
didn't he just get in trouble? What's his name? Didn't he just get suspended for something?
Nah, that was DK Metcalf.
No, it was. I think what's his name did. DK was a totally different thing. He punched a fan.
Right. As for Ayuk, something happen to Ayuk that
I think something
hear
happened to Ayuk before during this season. Could have sworn I seen something about it.
Hold on, I can look it up for you. Yeah, I go on their page and see what there's any stories in here about Ayuk. And I don't see none. Maybe this was a while ago.
It could have been somebody else too.
Yeah, as for DK Metcalf and the fan stuff, I think he got lucky by them just giving him 2 games.
Yeah.
He should have got more. You're not supposed to mess with the fans, bro. Because you don't want the fans messing with the players. You know, a fan mess with the player, you go to jail if you're a fan and you touch a player and you get thrown out the stadium. You could get, locked up for that.
Yeah, I guess that fan's been a problem before, though.
Yeah, but my thing is you don't go touching fans. You don't want fans touching athletes. So the athletes shouldn't feel like they should be able to touch the fans either. Have the same respect that you want to be given to you. You don't want fans touching you.
I have no clue what he was thinking doing that. I don't know what the hell he was thinking doing that.
Yeah, he OD'd. And like I said, I think he got off lucky that, he only got what he got, a little 2-game suspension. I think it should have been more. Okay.
Yeah, there should be a clear separation when it comes to that.
But yeah, I think the 49ers, in terms of that, they need to be smarter. And if I'm going to get rid of anybody, it would be Kittle. Because Kittle contract is heavy, and he don't stay healthy long enough to get the kind of money that he's getting right now. So if I'm the 49ers, he's the person that I would probably get rid of, would be Kittle.
He's a great tight end, though.
He's a great tight end. Yes, I agree.
I would take Kittle on Tampa over Otten any day.
Yeah, listen, Kittle is a great tight end, but in terms of San Francisco, they still got to pay McCaffrey. You understand what I'm saying? If I got to choose between paying McCaffrey and paying Kittle, I'm going to pay McCaffrey. Me personally, I'm going to pay McCaffrey before I pay Kittle. So,
oh yeah, definitely.
So like Kittle, like he's the one that I would have to, feel like he's the one that would have to go.
Now, if Kittle was smart, he would take a pay reduction.
Yeah, that too. They could always restructure his contract where he could make less money, so you could pay McCaffrey so you could win, because you're not winning without McCaffrey. No. You could win without Kittle. I don't know if the 49ers winning anything without
Purdy
McCaffrey
right now either. They need Purdy real bad.
Oh yeah, Purdy already done took them to the dance. Listen, the 49ers have always been competitive, but I don't see them getting out the NFC this year.
No.
Not this year, NFC.
It's too tight, and there's sleepers. Yeah. There's sleepers out there that could sweep everything.
Right, like I was just telling Skywalker not that long ago on this same stream. If I'm the NFC, the one team I don't want to see in the playoffs is the Chicago Bears.
No.
That's the team I don't want to see, because you don't know what Bear team you're going to get.
Right now, I would like to see them. Right now, I would see them. Healthy, I wouldn't want to see them in the playoffs.
Yeah, the Bears, that's the sleeper team for me. And in the AFC, my sleeper team is Buffalo, because Josh Allen could win you a game on his own.
Yeah. As long as the defense.
I don't trust Jacksonville. Like, I still don't trust Trevor Lawrence yet.
No, I think Jacksonville.
I definitely don't trust Bo Nix.
Jacksonville's going to get hurt with that Steelers curse in round 1.
Yeah, they got to play the Steelers. Yeah, I don't see them getting past that. Not Aaron Rodgers in a playoff game. You know, Aaron
It'll be a
Rodgers in
very
a
good
playoff
game,
game is a different Aaron Rodgers than Aaron Rodgers in the late regular season.
Oh, it's a whole different game when it comes to the playoffs. It's not
Yeah.
it's not regular season no more. Everything is different.
Yeah. The defenses are different. How they play you is different. Everything is magnified. And on top of that, these teams have more time to study your playbook and study what you're going to run before that game starts. You understand what I'm saying? It's not like the week-to-week thing, you know, like they do in the regular season. The playoffs, you get plenty of time to prepare and study film and all that other stuff. See what your tendencies are and all that other, you know, it's a lot.
The playoffs
That
is
goes
crunch
into
time. Them boys be putting in overtime during the playoffs.
Oh yeah, for sure. Especially the coaches put in a lot of overtime too, studying studying all that film. You think they not studying film? Just they ODing with the film come playoff time. They probably spending 4 or 5 days of their week in the film room, trying to find tendencies, trying to find gaps, and all that other stuff. Like it's a lot. And Ink, why I got you here, what do you think of the college football playoff? How you think that's going to shake up?
The way the season was ramping up at the end there, it's gonna be really I think there's gonna be some upsets coming up this week.
I think it's going to be Georgia and Ohio State in the college football national championship, but that's just me. Who you got?
I mean, those two are the most viable.
You don't think Indiana viable or Texas Tech?
I do, but I don't know which one I would take out of it that you picked.
Oh, okay. But yeah, I think I'm gonna go with Georgia and Ohio
I don't
State.
think Texas Tech's gonna. I think they're gonna choke.
Okay,
For some
you
reason.
see Texas Tech choking, huh? I think Texas Tech has been good all year, but we're gonna see because a lot of these teams they got to play Alabama, so.
But it could be.
Yeah, we're going to see. I think this college football playoff, this quarterfinal is going to be very interesting to watch. I'm going to watch all 4 games because I think they're all going to be good.
Yeah, that's why. I don't know. Because I think there's going to be upsets. Like I think Miami's going to put up an upset this weekend.
Oh, so you're saying, do you think they could beat Ohio State?
They could.
Yeah, that's who they play, Ohio State.
I mean, they could. Like I said, there could be upsets that nobody expects are going to happen because these teams have been so. Ohio State's been down, Miami's been up.
Yeah, it hasn't been a real dominant like college football team this year. I mean, Ohio State and Indiana, basically, but other outside of them, they haven't been a real dominant. And then Indiana got lucky in that Big Ten championship game. Dude missed a chip shot field goal.
Yeah.
Like a chip shot. I mean, that shit was 27 yards, something like that. You supposed to bang that in your sleep, 27 yards.
A lot of these kickers have been doing that, even in the NFL.
Right. Missing chip shots.
Yeah.
Like, it got to be a mental thing because I know it ain't a physical thing because you got these kickers, they're kicking 65-yard field goals.
Yeah,
I done seen more 60-yard field goals this NFL year than I've ever seen ever in life.
Yeah, and they're missing them at home more than ever, it seems like.
Right, but you guys are banging out 60-yard field goals and missing chip shots from 20 yards and 25 yards, hooking them at that. Like, it don't make sense.
68 yards or something?
Yeah, some crazy shit. Like the
Kicking
Dallas
dude,
he done hit like 3 60-yard field goals this year, just him alone.
Yeah,
Dallas kicker done hit like 3 60-yard jump offs from the logo. Yeah, the kicks that would have been good from 70. probably.
Yeah. Yep.
But y'all missing from 25. How you hitting from 60 and missing from 25? That's some of the most backward shit. Like that shit backwards.
Spending all their time on them long kicks, not
Right.
practicing short ones.
Not practicing the short ones. It's kind of like golf, where a motherfucker practice driving the ball all day, but don't have no putt game.
Yep.
I think that's kind of what the kickers are going through now in the National Football League. Like they concentrating on hitting these long 60-yard field goals, but then y'all can't kick extra points and chip shots.
No. For
Yeah,
crucial
it's a weird dynamic.
crucial points every time too.
Yeah, I find that to be a really weird dynamic that y'all missing extra points. I seen the Giants kicker, they got rid of him, Sung Young Koo. He used to
Young
kick for the
Koo.
Falcons. This
When he put his toes in the foot, when he put his toes in
he
the
put
dirt.
his toes in the ground. Like, what the hell? Like, what are you doing, bro? How you miss a field goal like that?
I knew he was going to be a bad pickup for you guys whenever he was doing that with Atlanta.
Right. Yeah, I don't know what happened to Koo. Koo used to be reliable. His
He
first
used to
2
always
years
get my,
on Atlanta, he was almost automatic.
Yeah,
So
he
I
used
don't
to
know
always
what
get my
happened to
fantasy
him.
score.
But you know how the field goal kicker thing, that's a mental thing. If you miss a big kick in a big game, it tends to fuck with you. And sometimes it changes the trajectory of your career. Like some kickers don't ever get over missing a bad kick like that.
Yeah. And a lot of people
think
don't
Koo's
realize
one of
why they ice the kicker. Like icing the kicker does a lot of damage to the mental state of a kicker.
Right. Especially if that kicker already done kicked the ball one time before you iced him. If he done kicked it and it went through and it was good and now you got to do it all over again. Yeah, that fucking.
Especially if it's a penalty on you and you got to move back 5 yards or something.
Then you got to move back 5 yards, right?
It's
So,
not
and
easy
tell me,
to
where'd
get
you get your mic from? I love the glowing in the dark mic, man. That's pretty cool.
This is a HyperX Quadcast. It's
Okay, yeah, I
get it
like
on
it that it
Amazon.
glows.
Yeah, I got it on the mic stand.
Yeah, that's a pretty cool. Yeah, I ain't got a whole mic stand yet, but I'm working on it though. Y'all guys send me some more Cash Apps, man, so I can get this mic stand going. Let's go. Cash App at the bottom of the screen. You know, $1 a day, man. That's all we really need is $1 a day. $1 a day, get your boy a stand. Let's go. For BD a stand. But yeah, man, that's crazy work how the field goal kickers work and all that stuff.
Same with this new kickoff rules. Like, I don't know how I really feel about them.
I don't like the new kickoff rule. I've never liked it. I like the old kickoff rule.
I mean, I like to see a run back. I like to see them be obligated to take the ball if the kicker could put it in the landing zone.
Right.
But I just think the field becomes so short. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because they're all lined up.
You could have that same obligation and not and still have them run the distance for the kickoff like they do in college. I don't like. I'm a purist. I don't like too many rule changes like that, and I'm not a fan of the kickoff. I wish they would go back to the old kickoffs.
I do like those cheap kicks that some of them kickers can do where they make it hop after hitting it in the landing zone.
Yeah.
I do.
Yeah,
like
that's pretty cool. I just seen a couple of people pull that off. But me, that's just the purist in me. Like I like the old rules and the old kickoff rules. Like I understand it's a little bit more dangerous, you know, creating the wedges for the players and all that stuff. You know how folks used to hold arm in arm to block on a kickoff. You know, you can't do that anymore. You can't leave your feet to tackle anymore. I mean, you got a lot of safety protocols in place already. So why change the kickoff when you already got, or you can't hit a dude in the head, you can't leave your feet, you can't crown folks, you can't horse collar folks, you can't hit folks below the knees. I mean, there's already a lot of stuff going on. Like you could have them run the kickoff and still have them obligated to not kick the ball in the end zone.
Yeah. Like the kickoffs used to be some of the most brutal plays of the entire game. Like I used to
Right.
love watching the kickoffs
Right. Well, motherfucker, you get hit really hard on the kickoff.
because they had
Your
time
head
to
better
get.
be on a swivel on the kickoff because you get popped.
They'd have time to get moving. They'd have time
Right.
to get moving to full speed because the field wasn't so short.
Right. But yeah, with them, being 5 yards apart of each other, I think on the new kickoff rules, they 5 yards apart.
It's either
And then
5
they
or
can't move 5 or 10 yards, something like that. But they can't move until the dude actually catches the ball.
10. Yeah.
So you don't give people time to build up momentum or nothing. Yeah, okay, players are getting stronger and faster, but that comes with the territorial evolution of just football.
They're getting stronger and faster, but I think the game's getting softer.
The game is getting very soft. The NFL that we watch now ain't the NFL I grew up with Lawrence Taylor throwing people on their heads
Yeah.
and cursing folks out and all that. I miss that. I'm sick of seeing quarterbacks, not being able to get hit.
I miss
Like that-
I miss watching a game, and when you see a hit, you're just like, ooh.
Right. Like what you signing up for when you play football.
Nowadays, you see that hit,
You know what you
there's
signing
a
up
yellow flag behind it.
Right. You know what you signed up for. It's just like, when you get in the boxing ring. When you get in the boxing ring, you know what you signed up for. If you get your jaw broke, right? Like, or AKA Logan Paul, you know what you signed up for. I mean, Logan Paul, Jake Paul, you know what you signed up for. You
I
understand
signed up to watch that for sure.
Yeah, you signed up for that. You signed up for that. Good evening, Miss D. How are you this evening?
Hi, Miss D.
Hey, how you doing?
Good. I'm sorry about your Lions, Miss D. They
I
gave it a
already
good
told you
run.
that. I already told you that. I stopped doing the games around close to Thanksgiving because I already knew. Our general manager, he don't care. He decided that he was gonna stay pat with the bums. So yeah.
Do you think they need a coaching change?
No, it's not the coaching, it's the general manager. We had so many injuries, he did not replace or try to replace some of the stuff that we needed. He didn't do
Yeah,
that.
they
Okay,
didn't want to
so
spend the money.
yeah, he ain't want to spend the
Huh?
money.
Exactly. And you got look, championship teams spend money. Even the Philadelphia Eagles went out and got some people. Like, come on, man.
Yeah, you got
So
to
he ain't
spend the money.
serious.
Yeah, you
Exactly. He's
definitely
not
got
serious.
to spend the money.
And then I
Especially
saw
if you want to
something.
compete.
Exactly. Like, look, we had everything. Last year was just like the defense. This year was offensive line. We had like we had like 4 pro bowlers out on defense. I'm like, dang, that's crazy.
Oh, I know the feeling. Trust me.
Yeah, me
Yeah.
too. You see, my team, a lottery team, because of all of the injuries. The Giants gonna have a
I
good
know.
pick this year. At
But
at
you know
least
what?
that's the silver
I have more
lining I can
confidence
get
in the
out of it. We're
Giants.
gonna get a good pick.
I have more confidence in the Giants because I don't think they that. My team cheap, so
When
Well,
Scatterboo went out, though, that was a wrap. I think.
yeah,
that
I mean,
was,
for me,
yeah.
when Neighbors went out, it was a wrap. I knew it was over. Once Neighbors went down, it was over. Plus,
I
we
think
ain't
Right,
have no
because that
defense
was their
to
only.
Scatterboo had a
begin with.
chance moving the ball with Scatterboo on the field, but once it was done with him.
Yeah, once
Once they let
Scatterboo
Well,
went down, it was pretty much over. But for me, when Neighbors went
he didn't
down, it
play
was
good.
over for me then.
Right, it was because they didn't have no. Y'all ain't had no other receiver.
Yeah, we ain't have no other
They
receiver,
could take.
right?
Yeah, he was the only one, so they need some receivers, and maybe what
Yeah,
else y'all need? I
we
don't know.
need everything, Miss D. We need receivers, we need linebackers, we need safeties, we need corner. Like we need a whole fucking revamp. Like we got it bad. Like I don't even know what we're gonna do draft day because we got so many holes. Like the draft can't fix all of the holes that we have.
Well, that's why you get veterans. So draft good, get your veterans. It's still New York, so people still want to come to the Big Apple. So you know how
Right.
that go.
That's the only thing that
You can
saves
feel
us. That
that.
is
It's
still
not
New
like
York.
Detroit where you
with
say,
you.
BD, I
Right.
will be doing some reporting for you at this year's draft. I got because it's here in Pittsburgh.
Oh, it is.
Oh, it's
Yeah,
dope. I forgot about that.
Yeah,
I
I
will be
forgot
at the
about that
draft
too.
this
That is
year.
in Pittsburgh.
Yep, I'll be
And
at it.
salute
And
to
I'll
you, Bob. I see you
for
there.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah, that'd be great to get live coverage from the draft. That would be freaking awesome.
Yep. I'm getting a hotel room out there in downtown.
Oh man.
I'm gonna
Oh
go out
wow,
for the
that's
whole
pretty
weekend.
cool.
Yep.
What day is it?
It is. I can't look. It's in the spring, I think, right?
Yeah, it's always in spring.
It's
I'll
on
find
Saturday. It's on the weekend. It's on Saturday and Sunday, I believe.
Okay, well that's even great. If it's on a Saturday, if it's on the weekend, yeah, that would be great because then I could go live while the draft is going on.
Yeah, whatever days on the weekend for the draft, I'll do some reporting for you out there.
Yeah, I hope you have a good time too, because I remember when the drafts used to be in New York every year. I done went to a couple of drafts. The draft is always fun.
Oh
The
yeah,
NFL draft.
I want
Yeah,
to
the
see
NFL draft is always fun.
I'm ready to see
Yeah,
the legends.
I've been able to go to a couple when they used to, because remember they used to be in New York every year back in the days. So like, you know, we got spoiled with having the draft every year. So, you know, I done got to go to a couple of them. So yeah, the draft is pretty fun.
So your Steelers
That's gonna
they
be
going to the playoffs?
Who?
Your Steelers?
He's a Tampa Bay fan.
The Steelers are
Buccaneers
still
fan.
trying to get in. I think they have the best chance. They have a better
You like
chance
Tampa Bay
than
fan
Baltimore.
and Pittsburgh. That's good though. Okay. But
I
you know
live in
what?
Pittsburgh, but I'm Tampa fan.
Oh, okay. But you know what? I always hope that Baltimore trade Lamar Jackson because they disrespect him so much. They don't realize that he did everything.
No, he
I
You
hope
bled
really
for that
think they're
team.
gonna trade Lamar Jackson though?
I
I don't
hope
think
so.
Baltimore gonna do it.
He's not
I
I
going
hope
just don't
so.
anywhere.
see them doing that.
And you know why I say that? Because they keep talking about he lazy and all that. But you not look. He cannot do everything by himself. He's not the reason why they lose. He never had
No,
a wide receiver. He never had
not a
weapons.
big time wide receiver, not no number one, a real number one
Right.
option. He ain't never had that.
When you
Zay
get him like
Flowers ain't a
DeAndre
number
Hopkins, by the
one
time he got
option.
DeAndre Hopkins, he's old. He didn't get
Right.
the prime time DeAndre Hopkins.
No, he ain't get prime DeAndre Hopkins. Nah, hell no. He ain't get prime Odell Beckham either. You know, when he
No,
get a big name receiver, he get them past
they
their
be old.
prime.
Exactly. Not old, but past their prime. They injury prone. Like Odell was still young, but he had so many knee injuries. It kind of, you know. I hope so. I want them to trade him because you cannot keep both him and Harbaugh. I don't like Harbaugh as a coach.
Well, where do you think he would go? What would be a good spot for
Send him
Lamar
home.
Jackson?
Send him any Florida team. You
Any
say you like
Florida
the
team,
Dolphins,
Tampa,
Actually,
but
she's got a
Tampa.
point.
Look, Tampa, because Tampa out of all the Florida teams. Well, no. You know what? The
Miami
Jags.
would prosper a lot better from him going there.
Right, but that's true. And then, he's closer to. I think he's closer to Miami. He's not from Miami, but he's closer. I guess. But I
well,
would
that would be
say,
interesting. Him on Miami if
the
Tyreek
Jags.
Hill
The
comes back.
Jags do need a quarterback. Trevor Lawrence might not be it. So the
Don't
Jags
tell
got more
Duvall
talent.
that.
Oh,
No,
right.
we'll know about Trevor after we see him actually in the playoffs.
Well, this would be
We'll
his
see.
second playoff game, Trevor Lawrence, right?
Yeah, but not actually. Like he was still pretty fresh in that. Like now he knows the game.
I want to do a show with BD. We gotta get a schedule.
Yeah, we got to
Skywalker.
get a schedule.
Because look, when I'm at work, you come on. I just happen to catch you. I'm glad you're still on. But yeah, I'll be at work. But when you come on,
Yeah, and I wouldn't mind that at all. At all,
yeah,
period. That would be
yeah.
fun.
Sky, everybody, come on up. That'd be dope. But yeah, I wish they trade him. I really do because they keep saying they gonna keep Harbaugh, and they not gonna go nowhere with that combination. You don't go nowhere with that.
I think the Jackson's gonna retire with the Ravens before he goes anywhere
Well,
else.
they got to get rid of Harbaugh because I don't like that. Yeah, I got to get rid of him. And you got to look, get him a receiver. Quit being cheap. Either get a draft a receiver or get him a receiver, a younger vet. Don't do that.
No, they need to go high on the draft for
Yeah, they
for
got
a
to get a
receiver.
receiver though. They
Right.
need a receiver really bad in Baltimore. Because you got the running game, you still got Henry. Henry's
You need
still giving
multiple.
you 1,000 yards a
Right, right.
year.
But he's a fumble. He's a fumble guy. I want, like I said, I want to see Lamar Jackson. What can he do with some good receivers? And then we can say, "Oh, it's Lamar's fault." But
We
you
know
can't
what he
say it's
can do with
Lamar's
good
fault.
receivers.
Yeah. Well, what good receivers?
He takes the Ravens to the
They
playoffs
don't have.
every year
That's not.
whenever they.
Yeah, but that's not. They don't have good receivers. I'm talking about a guy like
She
shoot.
talking about a superstar receiver. He
Right.
need a
I'm talking about like
superstar receiver.
I
Like
can't even think of it.
a Puka
A
Noka,
Puka.
you
I can't
know,
think of
a Diggs, a Stephon Diggs,
right.
you know,
Stephon
something
Diggs
like
or
that.
right.
Like a
A,
Smith.
Yeah.
a real number, a real wide receiver one, a real
He need 1,000
WR1.
yards to 15-yard type receiver. And not only that, guess what? He need a tall receiver. They keep giving him these short guys. He needs
Yeah, he
somebody like
needs like a Mike Evans.
6'1",
Like
6'2". Yeah, something like
he
that,
needs a
You
6'2",
Mike
mean a
Evans.
6'3".
big target, a AJ Brown, a DK
Yeah, AJ
Metcalf?
Brown,
Yeah,
Devontae Smith.
right.
Come on. Something like, come on.
Well, Devontae Smith, he's not big like that, but
No, he's not. Well, he's tall. He's at least 6'1". He's just skinny as hell, but
you know, I wouldn't mind seeing the dude from the Falcons go over there to Drake London or Kyle
oh
Pitts,
yeah,
one of
yeah, I
them.
like Kyle Pitts. Yep, because Kyle Pitts played more like a receiver.
Right,
He
that's
played
what
like
I'm
a
saying. But
Kelsey.
you said a big
Right,
target, right? Like a big
right.
target. Kyle
You
Pitts
just throw
would
the
fit
ball
that
up and you
mold.
just catch it. Right.
You know
Just throw
what?
the
That
ball
would
up.
be a hell of a fit too. Him going to Atlanta. I'd hate to see it though as a
Yeah.
Tampa fan.
Yeah, that would be a hell of a fit.
If they
Lamar
trade him,
Jackson
I
on
don't think they're gonna
Atlanta?
trade him in the
What?
AFC though. I don't think they're gonna trade him to the AFC. If they do trade him, it'd be to an NFC team. If they do trade him.
Yeah, I would love to see. You know, that would set Atlanta on fire to have Lamar Jackson here.
Yes. Look, that's Michael Vick 2.0 as far as the running and the
Man, that
electric
would set the
sound.
whole city
Woo!
on fire. You get Lamar Jackson on the Falcons. Oh,
Yep.
everybody would be a Falcon
You know
fan
what?
then.
You know what I think would be the biggest kick in the balls to Harbaugh is if after Aaron Rodgers leaves, he goes to Pittsburgh and takes him to a
Oh
Super
yeah,
Bowl.
I like that. But
Oh,
you
you're
know what?
talking about
After
Lamar being on Pittsburgh.
that, but
After
you know
That would
what?
Rodgers
be
leaves,
interesting too.
They
That
made
would
a
be very
mistake.
interesting. I ain't
They
even
made a
think of
mistake.
that.
They didn't go get Shador.
Yeah, and you get to go against Shador twice a year.
No, no,
Yeah,
no, no,
that would
no,
be
no.
very
No, I said they
interesting.
didn't get him. I said Pittsburgh
no,
didn't get Shador. Pittsburgh should have drafted Shador.
Yeah, the Giants should have drafted Shador.
Exactly. That's what. Look, you know
Shit.
what? Before the draft, they kept saying that he was going to the Giants, and the Giants passed him up twice. The Saints passed him up twice. Like really?
I think the Saints would have been a force to be reckoned with if he would have went there.
Yes. They passed him up twice. I'm looking. Okay. The Saints gonna get him this time. They didn't draft him. The Saints gonna get him this time. I'm like, really? The
Yeah,
Saints
because
did that?
they chose that bum Spencer Rattler, who's a bum. And I've been saying he been a bum. He was a bum in college,
Well,
Spencer
yeah,
Rattler.
right. And you already see what he
No,
is
they
because he's been
they
in the league.
chose Shug or whatever his name is.
Yeah, he's an older rookie. He's about like 26, 27. But
Yeah,
another
Shug.
team I thought he should have went to the Raiders.
That would have been a good
They
fit
need a
for him.
quarterback. Right. They don't have a quarterback. Because no disrespect, Geno Smith is good as a backup. He's not a starter no
Yeah.
more.
Yeah, Geno Smith, he never really got a fair shake though until now. Like you remember, he
Well, he
spent
got
his
better.
first 10 years, riding the
Well, he
bench.
sucked. But you know what? The Jets would do that to you. The Jets would make anybody suck. The Jets always,
They
like
just
Sam Darnold. Listen, Sam Darnold played better now than he did with the Jets. It must be the Jets.
Right.
The Jets.
And Skywalker, Shador don't suck. If anybody
No,
suck,
what?
Justin Fields suck. That's who sucks.
Right.
Justin
What I
Fields
thought it
suck.
was? He do. You know what I thought it was? Because the Bears had a horrible offensive line. I say maybe if he left the Bears, he'd be okay. Maybe he do. I don't think he suck, but maybe he's not the starter that you think he is. He's not a starter. Some
him
people
backing up
just
Caleb Williams would have been really nice.
right. That's
Right.
true. That's true. But you know what the crazy part about it? Last year, he played good with the Steelers.
He did.
He played good with the Steelers. But they
Yeah,
went with
Justin
Russell
Fields was
Wilson.
decent on the Steelers last
Yeah.
year, but
Yeah,
he
he
sucked
was
as a starter though, Miss D. He sucks as a starter, Justin Fields. He sucks. He just sucks.
Fields would have been good if he would have made better decisions. He was a bad decision maker.
Right.
He didn't know
Yeah,
when
his
to leave the
decisions
pocket,
on
and
the
whenever he
field
did leave the
and stuff.
pocket, he didn't know which way to go.
And
Nah,
that's not
listen,
good.
Skywalker, I know you're a giant hater, but like Jackson Dart did perform well this year. I wasn't high on Jackson Dart, but he proved me wrong.
He was
Jackson
okay,
Dart,
but I still want to take Shador.
he was
I
okay.
like he was okay. He was okay this year. But
I
Scatterboo
think
made
all
me
the rookies did good this year. I think all the rookie
Yeah.
quarterbacks did good
They
this
did.
year.
They didn't do too bad. They did.
Yeah, I can't see. The only one who really sucked was Dylan Gabriel. Dylan Gabriel and Spencer Rattler, both of them sucked. And not for nothing, Michael Penix Jr., he didn't perform all that great either this year. Falcon quarterback.
I mean, I would say none of them really sucked. I think they all did average.
Yeah, I don't think any of them stood out, though. Not for real. Maybe, Drake May, he's not a
Drake May
rookie.
is a standout for sure.
He's not a rookie, though, is he? I think, is this his second year or his first?
I think this
Second
is
year. Third, second, third.
No, it's Bo Nix's first year, right?
Yeah, it's Bo Nix
No.
first year.
Standout.
What is? Oh, okay.
No, in fact, no. Bo Nix, this is Bo Nix' second year, I think.
You sure?
I don't think Bo Nix is a rookie. Hold on. I know he came from Oregon too, Bo Nix. Matter of fact, yeah, Bo Nix not a rookie because he came before Dylan Gabriel. So he can't be a rookie. Yeah, he can't be a rookie. I know both of them are Oregon guys. But yeah, for everybody who's in here, man, thank y'all for coming and being in the chat, watching the show. I appreciate all y'all. Like, share, subscribe, share the video, hit the cash up at the bottom of the screen, support the channel. We in here, man. Every Saturday I do this, the more the merrier. The link's at the top of the screen, and we freestyling right now.
I am actually going to cut out.
Yeah, I was thinking about doing the same thing because I gotta go cook.
Yeah, I'm
What you
about
Stuff.
to get all that situated and watch the end of this game.
Yeah, I
You
gotta
guys
do
have
all
a great
the
time
bad
and
stuff.
day.
What you got on menu, BD?
Man, I don't even know yet. Whatever I pull out the cabinet at this point. Whatever
I think he's trolling.
not whatever I can find. I don't got an idea yet, but once I start looking through the cabinet, I'll figure something out.
There you go.
I'll figure something
All
out.
right,
When
thank
you
you
go,
for inviting me up.
do you go on tonight, Miss D?
No, I'm gonna do a video, but I ain't gonna go live. I don't think so.
Oh,
I gotta
okay.
work early tomorrow. Yeah, so I'm gonna do a
Yeah,
quick
I know
video
it.
about my
You and me
Lions,
both.
and then that's it. Yeah.
But the Lions,
right.
they're gonna be all right for another 5 years, though. They got all the pieces. They just got to stay healthy.
But they got to ask some people. A lot of I don't know about what Kirby Joseph. A lot of his injuries. I don't know.
Yeah, because I love they running back tandem with Gibbs and Montgomery. They got the best running back 1-2 in football.
But they, what also cost them? We lost a lot of. Like I said, we need some offensive alignment. We need some pad. We need a lot on the defense. I'm sorry, we lost a lot of people, and I don't think they're coming back. But you know what? Thank you for inviting me up. I appreciate you.
Thank you for coming, Miss D. I appreciate
All right.
that. And for all
And
y'all, again, thank y'all for coming to the stream and supporting, coming on the panel, voicing your opinions, being in the chat, voicing your opinions. I appreciate all of y'all coming up and being in the show. That's your boy BD, this Big Dog Sports, where sports and politics collide. Like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell, hit the cash app at the bottom of the screen, support the channel. And I do this every Saturday, y'all. Every Saturday I'm up here doing this for y'all, and I always want y'all feedback. I'm not that kind of host. I'm gonna let you talk. I'm not going to let you be disrespectful and all that, but I'm going to let you talk. I'm not going to mute you. I'm not going to throw you in the back. You understand what I'm saying? I'm going to let you get off what you got to get off, as long as it's factual and not, you being crazy. I'm open to all opinions and views because, I like to hear other opinions and views. I'm not the expert on everything. I'm wrong about some things. Some things, my opinion might be off. I might give you a bad take. You understand what I'm saying? It depends on what it is, on what sport it is, on how I feel at the time. But I'm always open to suggestions. I'm always open to opinions, and I value everybody's opinion, and I appreciate everybody who come to the show and support the show. And with that, I'm going to holla at y'all next Saturday. We're going to do the same thing. It'll be a bigger sports week. We'll have the college football playoff to talk about. We'll have more NFL playoff picture to talk about. We'll have the World Cup qualifiers, and we could get into that, and there's just a whole bunch of stuff that we'll be able to get into at the start of the new year, 2026. I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to growing the channel a little bit more. I hope all y'all here to support me, all my day ones who've been coming from the beginning. I appreciate y'all. And with that, I'm going to holla at y'all. Salute. And I see y'all next Saturday.